Alrighty, it is now day 2. Let me get ourselves settled into the lounge. 1 second. There we go. There we go. Hi guys, it's Spectre HD, ready to rampage on your afternoon once again. We are now officially done with day 1 of the Ludwig course. And now we are going to be starting today working on day 2 of the course. Hi Spec. Hi Giddy. How you doing? I'm feeling a lot better today than yesterday. Like, I'm still slowly recovering from my cold, but it's going to be a little bit. I have a lingering cough with a still slightly stuffy, but it's not as stuffy. Like, it's the lingering effects that's like getting a little bit annoying. Doing great. That's good. That's good. I will say I did a good job with figuring out like what my goals were for this year, what my who are my goats for the homework assignment, which I honestly think that I think a lot of VTubers or streamers in general need to figure that out as a creator to begin with, because I think a lot of people just go live and they don't exactly know exactly why they're streaming or anything like that. Like, you ever feel like you just like for some people, I know there's some people out there that like go live, but they don't know what they want to do for stream, but they still want to stream. I want to try to do that, but I don't want to try to make that as like very common, but I want to try to do that as like very minimum as possible, because there are times where I just have like no plan. Also, hi there, Beep Boop. I give you hugs. Thank you for the hugs. I love the hugs. Also, we have a new video that just came out today. It is the Schlimbo Glow Up, and moving forward, we're going to be using his new design for the shorts. The classic Schlimbo design is retired. We got big hunky himbo wolf boy now. No plan is the best plan, because plan becomes limitless. No plan making plans become limitless. That is slightly true, but sometimes I always like to have a plan for like, oh no, bro. Oh no, bro. I still like having a plan for stuff just in case. Like, I always like to still like plan out streams and things like that, because I want to try to, I at least like want to turn my streams less into like, I want to try to be able to at least like make a video if it has the potential to become a video. Also, hi Steve. I know there's no mods in chat, so I'm going to give you a shout out really quick, because I think the mods are still away at the moment. Give me a sec. There we go. Perfect. Ha 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 ha. Get loved on, nerd. But yeah, like, I think having at least like having some sort of schedule helps out a lot. I definitely am trying to balance out my stream life versus both my work and my my personal life. It's definitely more balanced than when I used to live in Cali, per se. Back in Cali, I was basically just nonstop streaming and working so much, but now like in my new place, I feel like I can balance it out a little bit more, so where I can just like not be as like work heavy, if that makes any sense. I will say though that I am still trying to like hit the ground running with everything. I'm still trying to like lock in with everything, but I'm not as like incredibly stressed out about it as I used to be, I would say. Have more time for you. That's what I'm saying, is like, that's why I'm trying to take weekends off. I'm trying to not stream on weekends, even though it's optimal to basically stream on the weekends. Although I might try streaming on a Saturday or once or twice for like a marathon stream. Like, for example, I have big plans involving a Metal Gear Solid marathon when the next volume of the Snake Collection comes out, the Solid Snake Collection, because we need to finish Metal Gear Solid 4 at some point. So my plan is I'm going to play through all of the Metal Gear games chronologically. And I mean, we're going to start with Snake Eater. And then we're going to start with Peace Walker. And then 5. Then 1. Then 2. And then finally 4. Which is going to basically be completely wacky. in that sense because graphically wise, it's like we're going all over the place with the graphics. I think you get Delta with the next volume of Metal Gear Solid Solid Snake Collection Volume 2, I believe. So I might be able to play Delta. Hold on. Metal Gear Solid Collection, Master Collection, Volume 2. Yeah, what's coming in the Master Collection? Let's see here. It doesn't really tell you what comes with it. Let me check the wiki really quick to see what comes in this game. What comes in this collection? Give me the collection. Let's see. Yeah, you get Peace Walker, you get 4, which is Guns of Patriots. And then you get bonus content actually with that. That's pretty nice. Let's see. What else? It looks like we get Snake's Revenge or Ghost Babel, which is the non-canon game. We're not going to do the non-canon games because that won't help. Yeah, I think you're only getting basically, I think the 2 chronological games we need is just 2. It's just basically 4 and Peace Walker, which it already comes in this collection. And then let's see what else. Spectre, hi Salem, how you doing? Hold on, let me give you a shout out. Hi B. Hi. Hold on, let me give you a shout out. Hi B Salem. Hold on, I need to fix something. I realized I need to fix something. I'd be recovering. Yeah, I heard you got the con crud too, which is everyone's getting sick. Whoever basically came to the con sick, shame on you. Oh man. Also, hello there, Summon. Welcome in. It's nearly gone. That's good. That's good. I'm also like slowly getting out of this cold. Like I'm still a little bit nasally, a little bit, and I still have a bit of a lingering cough, but it's not as bad as it was last week. Hold on, I need to fix something. I realize you don't have something that all of the wonderful peeps have here. Hold on. I need to go find it. There it is, role manager. And then add. Hold on. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Give me a sec. Don't worry about it. All right. All right, Salem, refresh your stream. It should be up there now. Okay. But yeah, I am doing the Ludwig challenge. Not the Ludwig. It was not really a challenge. It's more of like a I'm doing a course basically. enjoy your diamond, by the way, Salem. Yeah. Y'all, this man. Yeah. Yeah, Salem. I want you to look at me in the eyes and say that again. He's a cutie patootie. Okay. Look you. Oh my goodness. Can do. I really had a good time. I actually really had a good time hanging out with Salem at Offkai. We got some drinks at the airport because I was a designated driver for the past like 4 days of the con. I didn't get a single drink in me the entire thing. I was sober and miserable. And Salem came in and we're like, you know what? We're gonna be at the airport for a little bit. Let's go to the bar. And that's what we did for like an hour. Spectre is the coolest person ever. Nah. Salem is the coolest person ever. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Sweetest bean ever. Mm, I I will say like both like Salem and so many people like IRL are just drop dead gorgeous. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, like you guys like know like Bao basically revealing her face and everyone went nuts for that. Imagine if every VTuber like just basically turned on their cams and everything like that. Like it will be over for cam streamers. Cam streamers can't stop it. Actually, Valley's doing an IRL cam stream right now, and she's already showing her face. At least like a little bit of it, and people are going nuts for that too. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm not a liar. It'd be so over for regular streamers, honestly, on God. Because you have no idea how many gorgeous people behind the VTuber models are, and there's a lot of them there, especially at Offkai. And then you have like, and then you have like the pinnacle of like beauty, which is essentially both me, Kay, and Anarchy. Oh my goodness. The pinnacle, yes. Also, hey there, Obi. See, like one of the most handsome dudes at the entire con. Oh. Hey, boss, how you doing? Also, Salem, don't cut yourself short. You're quite the baddie yourself. Oh, okay. But going back to like the Ludwig stuff, so I did post my my homework, which I did do on stream, and then I basically made a sort of spreadsheet that I posted on Twitter. And I already explained yesterday like who my goats were and what are my goals. But I can probably go over that again before we get started because I think today is a pretty short class session. Based on the length of this, it's only like maybe like 45 minutes for this session. Actually, it might be even shorter than day one. So we might be a short stream today. But yeah, like I did that. I haven't added Ludwig to it yet. I want to basically at some point I will add him at some point when I have it all done because I want to actually have the full completed course completed. And then I'll be like, hey Ludwig, I did this. I'm probably not gonna like get any response from him because Ludwig's a busy person, but it would be really funny if he did respond to it. Would be funny. It would be funny. But yeah, that's so who are my goats? I already explained this yesterday and I'll pull this up again. Like give me a sec. Let me actually, you know what? I'll pull up my stuff really quick. I want to do a quick little recap from like yesterday. I will say I did take a lot of like did take a lot of Ludwig's advice to heart. for most of it. Now, again, like this, again, it varies between streamers with how they handle their stream schedules and things like that. Like some people who have IRL jobs and stuff like that, like it can be a little bit difficult, but again, it's both a mix of like luck and hard work and really just being network savvy for the most part. All right, hold on. Let me pull up the capture. If I can do that. There. There we go. Networking is huge, but that it really depends because again, like I can actually like pull up like multiple big names that I can just like call on, but I don't usually use my network as much. I actually don't really use my network as much as I do, mainly because like I'm not there for the clout. I'm mostly there just to have like make friends for the most part. There is a balance. All right, so here's my homework from yesterday. Ludwig technically had like two forms of homework, one before the class and one after the class, and I did like both of them. That's how cool Spectre is. Oh my goodness. I'm just a guy on the internet that draws VTubers, man. I'm just here. Then again, I'm also like, funnily enough, like I've made more friends cooking for them than I have like actually like networking. Like I went to a few parties where I actually did make some food for people, and now I'm friends with a good chunk of them for the most part because they really like my cooking. So hey, for all the streamers out there that go to like streamer gatherings, learn how to cook and make something amazing. Okay? I'm not even joking. That actually works. I still have yet to try your cooking. Well, luckily Salem, I'm going to be back to Offkai next year. And also Salem, the hotel I got has a working kitchen. So you can just pull up to my hotel and I'll just cook you up some katsu. Correction, you're a house husband, VTuber, artist, kaiju. At this point, I need to probably like rework my model where it has like an apron and a knife, because I actually do love to cook. Like one of my favorite hobbies is actually cooking. We're staying at the same hotel. Right. But I actually thought you were still like on the maybe on that one, but okay. Then just pull up anytime. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Oh my lord. Okay, so what do I mean by like what are my goals? Okay, one of my biggest goals for this year, I'll be at his door like at 3 a.m. You know what? That'd be fair. I probably would still be up considering how long those parties go out throughout the night. I actually, one time I came back home from a party, from a house party at Offkai, and I came back like around like 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I got up like at 7 o'clock. I kid you not, I was running on 2 hours of sleep the next day. Feed me. If I have the ingredients on hand, I will definitely make you some. All right, but like what are my goals for 2026? This one's a big one for me because I know I can pull this off. I just need to figure out the right videos for it. The first one is getting monetized on YouTube. That's the big one for me because technically, despite the fact that I have a lot of like good videos that are doing really well, YouTube shorts wise, we're still not monetized on YouTube yet. I need to figure out long form, and I have a few ideas for some videos for that involving like my animatics. So that part I feel like is going to be very possible before the year is up. I just need time. I just need to make some time to make the actual video itself. Yeah, it's a lot harder than it used to be to get monetized. Isn't it like you have to basically get like 3,000 views on a video? And then there was like some other thing. I got the one thing right, which was I think getting like over 1,000 subscribers, which I did. I got like 1.5 thousand right now. And then I think as of hold on. And I think you have to get 3,000 views on a video or get like I think it was like 9 million views on shorts or something like that, or like 1 million views on a short, which I think is virtually impossible with like how shorts are, especially how oversaturated shorts are. Let me look at YouTube monetization requirements. Monetization. Okay, so basically you have to meet like a specific requirement, which is at minimum for like for example early access, you have to have 500 subscribers for the first requirement, upload 3 public videos in the past 90 days, and then get 3,000 watch hours within the year for your long form. So any long form video that gets 3,000 public watch hours. And then you can do either that or you get 3 million public YouTube short views in the past 90 days. Back in the day, it used to be just 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, I think they made it less. I think they made it only to 500 this time. But for shorts, I would have to get 3 million views, which we're nowhere near that number, unfortunately. And the thing is, shorts are still like very oversaturated. So we're going to have to try to utilize long form in order to get that monetization going. Which I already have a few ideas for some like animatic shorts that I think it will work really well. I'm definitely going to make a short involving my sickness, where I got sick after Offkai. I think I could turn that into a funny little story short. Think about a sick kaiju that is trying to get better by his friends, the Abs Boys. I think that'd be a really funny video. Yes, the sick kaiju. Kaiju cold, I'll call it that. Oh man, that's gonna be really awesome. I'll probably work on that as soon as possible. But yeah, that's the big thing, and I feel like Kaiju Con Cold. I think Kaiju Cold would be funnier. I think just Kaiju Cold would be funny. So yeah, that's one of my first goals. My next goal is improve my overall health by getting into shape. Despite how I look at Offkai for most people, I am still kind of out of shape. Like I haven't gone to the gym for the past 2 months, and I can feel the effects of it weighing on me. So this month I am going to try and get back to the gym. I already have an appointment with the doctor for a physical. And I'm going to have myself some goals for that myself. And I'm going to make sure, what I'll probably do is I'm probably going to be working out or going to the gym on weekends, since those are my days where I don't have to do any work. The reason why I want to do this is because I'll feel better about myself, and I'll feel better on stream physically. And I don't want to basically feel like a train wreck every time I go live, you know? So having some sort of self-care helps not only me, but also improves my stream's quality, hands down. The next one is getting closer to partner numbers, which is going to be trying to average between 50 to 60 viewers. The reason why I didn't say hit partner is because I want to try to do more reasonable goals that I can actually hit for the most part. Me too. I ordered a mini treadmill to help with fitness goals. Hell yeah. I would like to get like a mini treadmill for my room because I have a standing desk. So having like a mini treadmill underneath my standing desk would be amazing. I should probably throw that on Throne when I get the chance. Actually, I do have one on Throne, which I think would be amazing. And the last one is doubling my revenue with more opportunities such as ad revenue, merch, and sponsorships. As much as I like commissions, I want to try to utilize trying to improve revenue in other places outside of commissions, because as much as I love to do commissions, I'm one kaiju that can't really do every commission that he can and be active with those for the most part. I want to diversify the revenue I get. So that's why I'm trying to make more videos. That's why I'm trying to make more content. That's why I'm trying to stream, at least like in a better format. That way I can diversify what revenue streams can happen because of the content I make. If that makes any sense. But yeah, that's basically the idea. And I have like I have a few leads for, I already have a good lead with my merch stuff with like Umark at the moment. Samus and I already had like some plans for some new merch dropping and things like that. I do appreciate Samus and what she does. She's been my goat when it comes to merch as well. And I probably might circle back with TrueTuber at some point for some stuff because I know those acrylic standees. Samus Aran. No, not Samus Aran. Yeah, my freaking merch person is actually the space bounty hunter Samus Aran. But yeah, I got a chance to talk with Sam at Offkai, and she had some ideas for some merch, so I got to go circle back with her. She hunts you down if you fail to reply to an email after like 3 days. That's, I'm gonna say this right now. Sam is basically, I think she should be the one running Market. Like she's got everything down pat. But yeah, I do need to circle back with her. The reason why I haven't been able to do that, I'm starting to like circle back with a lot of people because, like I said, I was sick last week, so I couldn't really do anything. And as much as I wanted to try to work on stuff, I just physically couldn't because I was just like under the influence of the con cold, which kind of sucked. But now that I'm back, I'm actually starting to make my rounds. I did reach out to a lead for a potential partnership with a reputable company that I actually use some of their stuff. So I'm going to be hoping to hear back from them in like the next like few weeks, which I'm very excited about. I can't say who yet. I can't say who. But I'm very excited about it. I think the only person that probably knows about this is Salem. But like, I'm not going to announce who it is until like I get the confirmation. You're going to get your jacket AO. That's I would love to get myself a designer jacket for my stuff. Although I feel like I want to work on merch that I feel like people would want to actually like buy, because as much as I want to do like really crazy merch, I have to think about like, is this financially viable at the same time with like the current like economy with how things are going. So I had to like put that into account. Like I would love to do a plushie of Chompy over here. I really would love that. But I need to find a way to like market him in a way and figure out a way that we can actually like get him sold. Because I could do that. I could ask Sam to basically make a plushie for me involving Chompy. But yeah, that's basically, these are my goals for the year. And I feel like a lot of these are starting to come in fruition. I think the least one that I need to work on is definitely the average, because I know I'm going to try and maintain a proper schedule moving forward, and trying not to like, sometimes again, like a lot of times I have a lot of things IRL that can come up. Like tomorrow I have to push back a stream tomorrow because I have to go take a family member to the airport, which is at the same time as I start the stream. So I got to push that back. But I'm going to try to maintain a consistent schedule with my streams, and I'm going to limit them to 4 to 5 hours, because if I try to keep, not only is like that a good sweet spot for streamers, but also having a consistency helps with viewership. What about having an animated Chompy with TTS? That way he's more of a presence on stream. I actually am planning to do something like that. I'm just trying to design Chompy similar to how Nako did Chompy with this design. I need to spend time working on it and programming him. So you probably will see a animated Chompy in the future. I will definitely like try to make him more present, because I've been trying to focus on trying to figure out like a way to redesign Chompy to make him more marketable. And then Nako decided to drop this little furball when I was doing a commission for my art that I use now for all my profile pics. Which again, if you guys haven't checked out Nako, please go check them out. They are an amazing artist. And they did an awesome little PNG of Chompy, which I really enjoy. And he's super cute. And I'm going like, that's it. That's the design I want. So I'm going to try and work off of this design as much as I can because it's such a really good one. All right. Who are my goats? I got 3. These 3 specifically, I decided to put 2 VTubers and 1 cam streamer on here because I think having a goat that is like, that covers having goats or people that you look up to that are from different backgrounds helps sort of like meld you as a streamer, because you can look at different perspective and get different ideas and not just be in your own bubble. For the most part, I feel like that would be counterproductive if you try to stay in your own bubble. My first one, and this is my number one, is Ray Narvaez Jr. The reason why I say Ray for the most part, because number one, his content is very much authentic and high energy. Like every time he starts a stream, he has a lot of energy. He has like, is super excited for the game he's about to play, despite the game being terrible. Like every time I see him like go through a playthrough of all the games he has streamed, he always has that same amount of energy and authenticity about the games that he is playing, even the ones that he hates. But for the most part, that's the kind of energy I really enjoyed. I watched a lot of Ray when he was originally part of Achievement Hunter, and then I started watching him more so on Twitch during the height of COVID, which I felt like was a good for me to cope a little bit during the pandemic. Which helped me sort of like get a little bit more into things like streaming and Twitch. And actually, like, I would say I kind of sort of like not really used his content as a blueprint, but as more of a guide into how I want to do my content at the start. Was I always wanted to do like, say, for example, like playthroughs, art streams, trying to play through every game I grab. But now that I just do so much stuff, I can't really play through every game I can. So I have to like sort of plan that out a little bit more and figure things more out. But for Ray will be able to finish a game from start to finish throughout the entire stream. And he could be able to do that because he built that following. I can't be able to do that same thing, but I can take elements of that and try to make a funny video out of it. And also, like, every month he does like this thing for his channel called like monthly highlights, where he basically pulls a series of clips for the month and makes a whole compilation video on his YouTube channel, which is always fun because those are like the highlights of a stream. So when people see that, go like, wow, this was really funny. Which stream was that? And he would have the VOD on his channel as well that people would go to and watch. Finding your flow. Exactly, Obi, exactly. But yeah, like Ray's one of my goats. I actually met Ray at Offkai, which was a pure shock to me. And he got like a piece of he got me a poster signed. Well, not a poster, it's like a little mini card poster. And I got that signed, which I need to go hang up in my wall at some point. And dude is a very nice dude IRL. Like he's the same personality like he is on stream versus how he is off stream. Frame it. I will see if I can try to frame it. Oh, that's smart. Yeah, Ray is like one of the OG streamers that I would say like is still like one of the old guards I would consider before the whole cam streamer and stuff like that. Like the classic Let's Player that I always grew up with. And I still want to keep like that sort of momentum or that same sort of ideals still with my content, just in a different format because I do VTubing instead. But yeah, like that's why he's one of my goats, is because like he is still like one of the classics of streaming. I would still say he's like one of the very classic streamers. And again, he's hanging out with a lot of VTubers. He hung out with Fifi and Angel Steps. Those are two of my friends. So I did ask him if he was planning to do a San Japan show up, and he said he's considering it, but I have no idea. But no, like Like I freaking love Ray. I love his personality and everything like that. Man, I would say like it would be really awesome to just like play a game with him live on stream and just like actually vibe with him. One day that can happen at some point. Considering that like we have like similar circles right now, which is kind of wild because I if 3 years ago, 3 years ago, me would be like I would literally be shitting my pants if that was like me. If I found out that was me like 3 years from now. Goals, yeah. Next up, the next person I consider my goat is Ina from Hololive. The reason why I say Ina is mostly because she is a very, very, very highly skilled artist, and I'm not even joking. Like I know what her past life was because I was very interested in the artwork that she was posting on stream with her speed, both her speed paints and her art streams. And I'm like, you are and I was looking at them. I'm like, this is way too professional to be just like a simple person that just draws on the internet. You are a professional artist. And I've noticed that they've been using a lot of her art for advertisements and things like that for Hololive. And I'm like, okay, you're way too professional. She's able to balance between work and streams, even though that I feel like she streams less now these days. I still think she still tries to find time for her community and things like that when doing either art, critiques, or just games in general. I think she really inherently just loves streaming just for the fun of it versus as a job. And I think her art is basically her most top priority. And I do appreciate that because I feel like she kind of balances art and streaming in a way that I kind of want to do the same thing. Like I love doing art streams, but I also want to do like other things as well. I want to try to balance that out. And I think Ina was able to do that with her content. But moving on, another artist that I also look up to is Momotex. Mainly because of several things actually. Momotex is also another highly skilled artist. She currently is working on a game being developed that is actually going to be featured in Fortnite in the future. But also she is a self-made VTuber as well at the start. Like she made her own model, she learned how to rig, she learned how to do all this stuff. And actually, she is one of the reasons why this model is the way it is now, because I was able to ask in her chat one time, like, hey, what sizes do you use for your models? And she was like, oh, here we go. And she wrote it down for me. And I was like, oh, that's how you do it. And then that's how this version of this model was born. Also, welcome in, Kaiju Dad. But yeah, a lot of the reasons why I like these streamers is mostly because they're all hardworking and they all like try to figure out how to sort of stand out, both whether it's through art or comedy or interactions with other streamers. Like what makes them all unique is mostly their personality and their skills. Hope you're having a good day, Goober. Hi there, M. How you doing? Can we get a shout out for M? Ooh, wow, my goats are okay compared to yours. Oh my goodness. I think everyone should have like that goes in the streaming, they should have like 3 people that they look up to. Trying to get myself out of bed. Gotcha. I know some people like to sleep in till like 1 o'clock and things like that. But yeah, we're just going over the homework I did for yesterday's class that I was following along during like Ludwig's streamer university session. And we just did day 1 and we're going to be going to day 2 today specifically. And I think day 2 is going to be pretty short today because I think it's a short class. And I forgot where I put my glove. What's sleeping in? Yeah, I have no idea. I get up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, like every day now. Offkai actually kind of fixed my sleep schedule in a way because I used to like go to bed super late and then get up super late. But now because of Offkai, I was able to get up super early because I changed my sleep schedule. And I think that fixed my my overall schedule. But yeah, these are all my goats. Although these are not all of my goats. Like I still have like I have creative goats, I have artist goats, I have writer goats, that I look up to, and I utilize all of that still. These are just the top 3 streamers that I really look up to. I'm working on 30 minutes over 3 days so far of sleep. Ooh, 30 minutes of 3 days. You're only going on 30 minutes of sleep for 3 days? Are you okay? Are you okay, nerdy? Like, that's not healthy at all. Like, even some people consider that dangerous, especially most doctors. Actually, I should probably let me message Sykin and ask, like, hey, how bad is 30 minutes of sleep for over 3 days? With only 30 minutes of sleep. How bad is that? But anywho, like I said, these are my goats and these are my goals. And I think this is a good, I think these are pretty good answers for myself. And I'm going to keep this like, I'm going to definitely like write all this down in a physical journal. That way I have that and have like a physical version of this rather than a digital version. For right now, we're just doing it out of pure convenience for the time, but I will be writing all this stuff down in like my own little private journal. Yeah, yes, Chad, I will have a diary for all of this. Anywho. But yeah, that was my homework. And I honestly think like anybody that is following the Ludwig video should be doing the homework. Nope, I feel tired since last Thursday. That's why I thought it's not healthy. It's not healthy, dude. But all right, I think with that though, I think we should probably get started with the next day. So I'm gonna cut the music for right now. Actually, no, we're gonna head over to the art room. And that way we can get started. I'll see you guys in there. All right. Here's our notebook. Here's our little notepad from yesterday. There we go. Nope, I feel tired. Okay, but the minutes I lay down, my brain is like no sleep for you. Oh my goodness. That is just not healthy, dude. That is very much like you need rest. But your body's basically now like adjusted to it so you can't sleep, which is unfortunate. All right, let's get my glasses on for this. And then I'm going to pull up the latest video. If I can find my my React video. Okay. That's not it. That's not it. There we go. Oh, perfect. And again, you can watch all of these on Ludwig's VOD channel, which he has like he has all 7 days. Is it 7 days? All 4 days of his videos, which I think we'll be able to get through this for the rest of the week. If I remember correctly. All right. So today is day 2. And hold on, let me kill the music really quick so we can actually like listen to the actual stuff. Oh, nope. I didn't want to kill that. Hold on. There we go. Now I need to switch it to recording so it's not using so it's not like lost in the tracks. And then React window again. All right, and mods, let me know if I need to make it louder, or mods definitely make it. Let me know if you need to make it, if I need to make it like louder or quieter compared to me. All right, time to get into this.
I have a lesson with him. Yo, if you hear my voice, clap once. If you hear my voice, clap twice. Welcome to class. How to get lucky. 201.
Hello there, Professor L.
Guys, today's lecture is going to be different than yesterday's. I'll go over some of the same things. It's mostly going to be new stuff. If you heard about yesterday's class, it will not be the same thing. Can I see? Is Isabella here?
Yeah.
All right, keep your hand up. Kiera, are you here? Kiera? All right, Isabella, I need you to stay after class.
Why?
We'll talk about it after class.
See, I told you.
Oh.
Because you are the only person here who did the homework assignment. Round of applause.
Oh.
I assigned you all homework last night. Isabella's the only one who submitted it. What is the question?
But the mobile app was down. We couldn't submit. I couldn't submit mine.
I understand that, and I know it was down, and I trust you all. This is just the only person who was able to figure it out in this class. I want to reward that, so just stay after class for me if you would, Isabella. There is a new homework assignment. We will talk about it. You should be able to do it in class. It's very easy.
Okay, I'm gonna be like dead honest with you. Like, I know that the app was basically, I heard that the app was actually very terrible for a lot of people when they were trying to upload the homework for Ludwig, but I'm gonna be honest, like, I feel like you could have just probably either like sent him an email with the homework or like added him on like Twitter, or shoot, even better, like just actually show him the homework in person. You're right there. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of ways to get the homework to him outside of the app. I feel like there was definitely more options. Damn, I was like, ooh, you in trouble. True. Print it off. That's true. He did want to wrap it out.
All right. It's ultimately the homework's for you guys. All right, y'all. I had this question on the board. Anyone have thoughts on this? Off rip. Do streamers make too much money? No?
No. You thought that was gonna work, right?
Who, me?
I heard we make more than rappers.
More than rappers?
I heard that.
Do you think that makes sense?
I think it do.
Yes.
I think it do.
Okay.
Do streamers
200K?
make
Last night.
too
That's
much
pretty good.
money?
All right. Really, we think.
Well, I already know the answer to this one. This one is like a hard no. Because if that was the case, then everyone would be able to make a living off of just streaming, which is not the case.
Streamers make a lot, right? Streamers make a lot. We know streamers make a lot of money. I think we've heard this before. Guys, today we're going to talk a little bit about that and something I think a few of you in this class are dealing with. Guys, today, the class is stop clip farming and start making money. Okay?
That is so true.
A lot of you guys here are great at farming clips. You get millions of
Stop
views.
clip farming and
you're not making money
start
equivalent to maybe the attention
making
that you're receiving. We're going to unpack
money.
why. We're going to start talking about how to build a larger audience, a larger community, people who watch
2K last night, damn bro. Yeah, that's, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you, Nerdy. That is very rare for someone to get 2K. Like, for somebody to basically make that much money, they would have to be like the top 0.001% in the content creator sphere on Twitch alone from streaming. But again, Ludwig's gonna get into this more than I can explain it, so I'm just gonna let Professor L talk.
A round of applause for yourselves. Congratulations, everybody. You guys have accomplished a lot. I think you should be proud of yourselves. If you don't know, these are the facts. 92% of people go live once, they never go live again. That is 92% of all of Twitch. They only go live one time. So if you've gone live twice, you're in the top 10%. 20 viewers.
Hey, we're in the top 10.
You need to be in the top 1%. Raise of hands. Who's got 20 viewers? You're at 1%. 1%.
Yeah, I'm in like the I'm in the average 20 right now, so I'm in the top 1% currently right now.
Guys, 1 million people applied to Streamer U, and you are the few who made it in. One more round of applause. And I got one more surprise for you all. Most of you will fail.
That is true.
Guys, most of you are gonna fail. What is fail? What do I mean by fail? Did you feel like you made it when you went to Streamer U? Do you feel like you got an opportunity that you can grasp and you might skyrocket?
Yes, I did.
You might have felt that. You got excited.
Oh yeah, the rush.
That won't happen for most of you. Here are the stats. Last year's Streamer U.
That's real shit.
This is last year. People who attended 2025
Yep.
Streamer U.
Yep.
I looked at their viewership
That makes
a
sense.
month before Streamer U. Then I looked at the viewership last month. On average, that whole group's down 287 viewers. That whole group. All right? The median, okay? That's the person in the middle. You slash off the biggies, you slash off the lowest. Okay? They gained 4 viewers. 4 viewers. That's it. Streamer U, 4 viewer change after a year. 56% of all participants lost viewers or only gained single-digit viewers. That's year over year, okay? So this opportunity, this once-in-a-lifetime miracle, for most of you, it ain't gonna mean shit. It'll be a cool memory. All right?
Yeah.
But that's all it will ever be. Maybe you made extra money this weekend. Congratulations. You got a few thousand in the bank.
Streamer.
Rob probably is getting $250,000.
You.
That's nice.
Most
But that's all it will be.
streamers
It will not effectively change your life. Jason, because honestly, there's things Ron
will
can learn,
fail.
and you can always learn at any level. Thank you. Yes. All right, that's the bad news. That's the bad news. All right, but we want to be different.
He's right about this with Streamer U, but this goes the same way with like just collabs in general. Like for example, like collabing, say for example, like with a big name streamer, like for example, like me, like for example, I'll use an example for myself, me collabing with Ray. That's going to be an awesome high. That's going to be an awesome memory. But if I don't keep up the personality, if I don't keep up the quality of my streams, I'm not going to get that viewership numbers going up. Like it's like, again, I find this as an awesome opportunity to hang out with like someone like Ray. But at the end of the day, will that build up my numbers? Maybe a little, but not like entirely. So instead of trying to focus on trying to get that huge clip or that big moment clip with like big names, you got to try to focus a little bit more on the actual quality of your content.
We want to be the ones who succeed. How do we do that? First off, we have to ask ourselves an honest question. Raise your hand by show of hands. Do you want to be a streamer? By show of hands, do you want to be a streamer?
Do you want
we're going to sit on this for a moment. Do you
to
want to be a streamer?
be
This question
a
about it.
streamer?
Because maybe
Yes.
you don't actually want to be a streamer. You want to have what streaming can get you. But there are quicker, better, more efficient ways to do that. Maybe you actually just want to be rich. Maybe you want a large social media following. Maybe you want to have a creative outlet. Streaming might not be the best path to do this. Now, I think when people talk about streamers, we talk about the big guys, talk about the Kais, we talk about the Speeds. That's awesome. That is a very small number of all streamers. That is realistically not going to be you.
Yep.
I have 3 examples for us today. I have a top 100 streamer in the world, I have a top 1,000 streamer in the world, and I have a top 10,000 streamer in the world. I'm gonna show you guys all their revenue and their viewership.
Okay.
We're gonna
this
watch.
Yeah, this is the moment where everyone had a bit of a crash out on Twitter about, which was kind of insane. Which actually like led me to find out about Sponsor Bot, which I did apply for through Giga. Surprisingly. Yeah, funnily enough, like if I want to just like pull the current under from, or like push back, but show what's behind the curtain. A lot of streamers don't make a lot of money through just like streams. It's mostly from other forms of other avenues for the most part. So if you're trying to be a streamer just to make money, there are better ways of doing it. Streaming is a good way to basically get the name out there, get like the content going, because streaming is like more of a form of marketing for your brand. You're trying to build a brand more so than you're trying to be a streamer. If that makes any sense.
Guys, we're gonna start off with Mr. Number 95. Guys, we were starting off, excuse me, with myself. I'm gonna show you how much money I make. I'm the 95th biggest streamer on Twitch. I also stream on YouTube. It doesn't include that, but I'm like maybe top 100, somewhere in there, right? These are my metrics. If they line up with yours, okay, then your revenue will probably be
Average
somewhere in line.
11,000.
I don't
He's
stay
one of the
nearly
top
as much as some
streamers.
other guys. I have 9,500 subs. All right. For me specifically, okay, we're gonna go through some expenses that I have.
His sub count is almost
Here's my
10,000, by the
expenses.
way.
This is just the month of June. Everything here is for the month of June. Payroll, $225,000. That
Holy.
is for the 15 employees that I have. Next, travel, $55,000. That's a higher number than normal. I ran an event. I had to fly a bunch of streamers out. That's that travel expense. Next
That makes
up,
sense.
Events. That is the production of the event.
Yep.
Nice. Next, marketing. Again, similar for the event. It's another $10,000. Final total for for the month of June is just the expenses, what I spent. $359,000.
359,000 just for expenses.
This was just for the month of June, yes. Question.
That's exactly what a 9 to 5 would make in a year, but yours is good.
That is way more than most 9 to 5 makers in a year, yeah.
That's how much. Okay, that's what Ludwig spends is what most people barely make in a year. That's insane. That is wild. But to be fair, Ludwig is also has a sponsorship with Red Bull and Dell, two of the biggest like companies in the United States. So he's got money, he's got bank. Because again, like because here's the thing. Look at what he's holding in his hand specifically.
All right, now's the
Yeah, like look behind him. What's that right there? That's a Red Bull right there. Why is he using Red Bull? Because he has a sponsorship with Red Bull. And guess what? He probably got paid to put that there with a lot of money. He's sponsored by Red Bull. Yeah, he is. Also, hi, Kazuo. Yeah, Ludwig has always been sponsored by Red Bull. I think he's an ambassador for them, which again, Red Bull gives you the big bucks. He's also been told he was sponsored by Dell as well, which is also a big computer company. We also get a shout out for Kazuo as well. That's life-changing money. Exactly. But the funny thing is that's how much he spent. That's not how much money he made, which is the crazy part. Also, I expect I miss you. I miss you too, Kazuo. Oh, man. Yeah, I definitely am going to start hanging out with more people again after this course because right now I'm trying to lock in with this and trying to like learn what I can. Yes, his mic is a redesign by Red Bull. Yeah, exactly. His mic on his actual streams, like, hold on. If we pull up like Ludwig's, like, is he live right now? Hold on. I'm just going to like kind of stream snipe him a little bit if he's live. Is he live right now? We're just gonna probably like stream snipe him a little bit. Just a tiny bit. It's just a little fee hoo hoo. He is not live. But we can at least like look at one of his VODs specifically. If I could find a good VOD oh, here we go. There's a clip. Okay, there's an ad playing. Hold on. Give me a sec. But yeah, Ludwig is sponsored by Red Bull and Dell, which I honestly think people are looking for the wrong sponsors sometimes when they try to do sponsorships. I think people who want to do sponsors, they should sponsor with people that they actually use the product. Because I feel like if you're being sponsored by a product that you are like okay with, but you don't want to buy often, you're not going to be as enthusiastic about it and you're not going to be as engaged with the audience as much. Like for example, I would definitely do like, say for example, I would do a sponsorship with products I use in my daily life for the most part and try to put it as much as I can into it. I would try to get a sponsorship for items or beverages or drinks that I personally buy. I would say, like, if you say, for example, if you like Gamer Subs, definitely try to shoot for a Gamer Sub sponsorship. If you like drinking Gamer Subs every day. Or if you like Monster or Red Bull or stuff like that, definitely look and see if they have a sponsorship or have a partner program. Because they do. I know Red Bull was having like a whole event going on the side of like TwitchCon last year that I was like walking around checking out, but it was only for ambassadors and partners for the most part. And I use HelloFresh a lot. There you go, HelloFresh. Which they do have a partner program. And I have done like a sponsored campaign for HelloFresh in the past as like one of my sponsorships. But let's see what else. Okay, hold on. I need to pull this up. Let me just pull this up really quick. But yeah, like for Ludwig, he basically like, this is recent too, like 6 days ago. He's sponsored by Red Bull. If you look at like the mic, there is a Red Bull sponsorship like right there. And it makes sense because he's sponsored by them. So he's going to have that all over the place. He has like a Red Bull in the back as well. And that's super important because that is just, it's basically, he's basically become a product placement similar to like a NASCAR car, basically. The streamers are now the new NASCAR. So, yeah.
Fun part, guys. now's the fun part. How much do you get to make? How much do you get to make, y'all? All right, this was the event that I did, by the way. That's why some of the costs were higher. The payroll's normal. I did an event called MCSR Ranked. World Championships is a Minecraft speedrunning event. Anyway, let's talk about how much I made. How did I pay for all of that? Well, good news for me. Merch sales. I got $7,800. Wow. Not bad. YouTube. That's just the YouTube revenue. This includes YouTube live streams, shorts, and videos. 270,000.
That makes sense.
Twitch gonna be smaller for me, guys. I do not make as much on Twitch. 57,000. I only run about 6.
That is true. Not a lot of people make money on Twitch. Even Ludwig has problems with
That's
that.
about what you make for that. The biggest bulk of my money, though, I made a pivot in my life. I decided I wanted to stop being viewer funded. All right, I did a subathon. I had the most subs any streamer did. I had like an average of 20, 30,000 subscribers. I ran a higher density of ads. And then I said, you know what? I don't feel good as a multimillionaire getting these people to pay me money. I didn't like getting 100 gifts. It made me feel weird. I want to start pivoting to get most of my bread from sponsors. That's the biggest cut of this. Okay, I'm a Red Bull athlete. I have an AT&T sponsorship, and I also have an Alienware partnership. He's got a long-term partnership.
Oh yeah, he also partnered with Alienware and AT&T.
This number's 800,000. Okay? So the total.
800,000 from just sponsorships alone. This is why I think a lot of people. I think this is why a lot of streamers fail, is because they don't know how to handle like finances with how they should get their revenue. Merch is fine. Merch is all right. I don't think merch should be. Merch is good for your fan base. Like, it's really good to have, but I don't think it is good in terms of if you want to actually like make more revenue from that. Like, the biggest thing that most streamers, and both like Kai Cenat, XQC, and the Ludwigs, they all have sponsors. Sponsors is the biggest form of revenue that they use because they're a big name, they have a big following. Most people want to work with them as a brand. So I would say, like, for the typical content creator, I think a high priority should be trying to get sponsorships and building out that brand. Did not know about Alienware. Yeah, yeah, I think he also like has a partnership with Dell. Like Ludwig has like partnerships like most like major brands, which that's where he gets most of his revenue to begin with. Because if you think about it, really, like, he spent maybe about, let's see, so if I'm doing the math right, he spent maybe about 349,000 on the event for expense. And let me take a look back at like how much he got from revenue, which surprisingly the YouTube one was able to sort of like pay for at least like a good chunk of it. But if I do the math here, this is like, hold on, let me pull up my calculator for this. If I do the math on this really quick, so that's like, so 7,000 for the merch, which is, that's okay. That's like a little nice little pocket change. And then he gets 270,000 from YouTube alone. That's from things like long form videos. That can be things such as shorts. That could be ad revenue. It's a bunch of stuff. And then again, like his least is definitely going to be the Twitch revenue, which again, it's hard to make money on Twitch, even for like the big streamers. So not a lot of them usually rely on that revenue, which even though 57,000 is still a nice hunk of money for maybe like a smaller streamer, but for like a big streamer, they barely make money off of that. Hey, let's back how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. We're just basically analyzing the Ludwig course. So surprisingly, like, Ludwig basically was able to pay for most of the expenses through the revenue he got from that alone, because all of that combined minus the sponsorships was basically paid for mostly. He only had to like, if I had to like do the math on this, and this is like terrible writing for me, if I subtract this by 349,000, that's not right. Hold on. 349,000 minus 335. Yeah, all he had to basically pay for left over was all he had to do left over was basically deal with that with that 13,000, which again, he basically gets all that money back plus more with the $8,000 sponsorships, which again, that basically covers everything. Also, hello there, Retro. How you doing? Like, again, he was able to still like pay for all the expenses that he had with like the merch, the YouTube revenue and the Twitch revenue mostly. But what made him the most money and what made him the most profit was the sponsorships.
That's about what you make for that. The biggest bulk of my money, though, I made a pivot in my life. I decided I wanted to stop being viewer funded. All right, I did a subathon, had the most subs any streamer did. I had like an average of 20, 30,000 subscribers. I ran a higher density.
I'm going to go back to that. Hold on.
This was the event that I did, by the way. That's
there
why
it is.
Some of the costs were higher. The payroll's normal. I did an event called MCSR Ranked. World Championships is a Minecraft speedrunning event. Anyway, let's talk about how much I made. How did I
Good. I asked a question on my Twitter as if I was Steve Hardy in a Family Food just now.
Sales.
That's funny.
I got $7,800. Wow. Not bad. YouTube. That's just the YouTube revenue. This includes YouTube live streams, shorts, and videos. 270,000. Twitch gonna be smaller for me, guys. I do not make as much on Twitch. 57,000. I only run about 6 minutes of ads an hour. I have 9,500 subs. That's about what you make for that.
Yeah, seems about right.
Money, though, I made a pivot in my life. I decided I wanted to stop being viewer funded. All right, I did a subathon, had the most subs any streamer did. I had like an average of 20, 30,000 subscribers. I ran a higher density of ads. And then I said, you know what? I don't feel good as a multimillionaire getting these people to pay me money. I didn't like getting 100 gifts. It made me feel weird. I'm gonna start pivoting to get most of my bread from sponsors. That's the biggest cut of this. Okay, I'm a Red Bull athlete. I have an AT&T sponsorship, and I also have an Alienware partnership. These are long-term partnerships. All right, and I do one-off deals as well, as you guys do. This number's 800,000.
Yeah, like the Alienware and Red Bull are basically where he gets most of his revenue.
1.1 mil. Okay? Now, this is the flashy number. This is the top 100. Why am I showing you this?
We asked 100 fantasy artists describe a villain that can beat all of the OCs. I've invented that you would also see me become as a VTuber.
You guys aren't top 100. Not all of you, at least.
That's a wild question.
If you want to be, maybe you'll get there.
But everyone thinks their OC is like the strongest one.
Miss top 1,000 look like. I'm keeping this person anonymous. These stats are real, though. This person is a gamer. They average 1,200 viewers. All right? They stream 130 hours. Their sub count is 1,600. And if you go to Twitch Tracker, you guys can all do this later, by the way. TwitchTracker.com. Look up your Twitch channel name. They will tell you what number you are. If your number is lower, they might tell you what percentile you are in. Okay? Top 0.5%, top 0.4%, whatever. Anyway, this is a real person who is in the top 1,000. They're not exactly 1,000, but they're close to it. This is all of their viewership. All right? How much do they get? How much does a top 1,000 streamer get? Sponsorships, $0.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Most people say that it's easy to go through it, but it's not. Not it take a while because you have to build a committee first, and then community first, and you have to reach out a sub goal on YT or any platform. That is true, Vulcan. That is true. Like, I didn't say it was easy. I said that the way that people are trying to basically build out and try to make money through content creation is not going about it the right way. Like, if I was basically like starting out like from scratch, like there was no Spectre HD, it was just like a new channel, new everything, I would start by making videos, engaging videos first, and build up that community. Like, for example, like how my shorts are doing well and how my TikToks are doing well and my Instagram reels, like those are blowing up. Those things are going nuts. And then I eventually start leaning into things like streaming, showing like, say, for example, like processes for that, or just games I play or things like that. And then I start basically getting more involved on social media. I make more posts. I try to post more online. I try to post everywhere I can to get the name out there. Like, for example, I try to basically, like for me, when I try to upload on every platform all at the same time on the same day. Normally you can try to like pivot between the two, but you should try to at least like upload to all three of the major platforms, which is YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Those are the top 3 video platforms that you should be uploading if you are a content creator. If you're not doing either of those things, then you're going to suffer a lot. Like for me, when I started, I had more of a struggle because I didn't upload to YouTube. Because my current strongest villain is a golden skeleton with a tar-like substance pouring out of where it's a skull eyes would be, and said substance can melt flesh in 4 seconds. I would say I just turned my kaiju form and just use one of my radiation beams from a distance.
Not a lot of revenue coming from the YouTube. They're more of a streamer than a creator with multiple verticals.
Yeah, but
all right.
But here's
Twitch.
But here's yeah, I know about YouTube, but the problem
That's a good amount of money.
But the problem is the editing of videos. So people say that you could edit yourself or you could hire someone to edit, which is going to be a lot of hard work. Again, Vulcan, I never said this was going to be easy. I said that mostly like you have to basically go at this at a way where, can I be able to make a career? Can I be able to make money off this? And how can I do that? For me, I had to learn how to edit. For most of my videos, like almost like a good 70% of my videos, especially the most recent ones, are edited by me. But there's now things like plugins, presets, a lot of free materials for editing softwares for things like DaVinci Resolve and even Adobe Premiere, where you can make it a lot easier. Like people have made presets for that now more so than when I first started out. Like it's still going to be hard work because you got to make the content and you got to be engaging and funny. But again, like you have to put the work in. There's not like an easy button per se to this. You have to basically have the drive and the energy to actually make content and make something interesting. Like I had to basically, I spend maybe for example, like I'll use my Animags for an example that garner like over 300,000 views on like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I spent a good amount, at most 5 hours making them. I had to draw them, each panel by hand, export them out, put them through an editing software, add some effects. I basically use captioning, and then I upload. That's still a lot of work. That's 5 hours, but still, that's 5 hours of work that I did that I can be able to capitalize on. So it makes sense.
For the month, this is all the month of June. So in total, this top 1,000 streamer made $10,250. That's a good amount of money, right? Yeah. You make $100K a year being a streamer. That's not.
So that is the top 100 or top 1,000 streamers. They only make 10K a month, which is really low. And again, the fact that they don't get sponsor numbers, that is the tough part. That is the toughest part, is also reaching out to sponsors too, because you have to send out like things like partnership inquiries or things like that. Like I had to send out a partnership inquiry this week, which again, that's going to be difficult. And again, like it really depends on like which companies are willing to like reach out to and stuff like that and have contact information. This is where you have to do your research and actually learn about the company and see how can you like reach out to them and talk about this stuff. Can you like go to a community manager's LinkedIn and reach out to them via email and stuff like that and get more information. You have to do the work in order to like get those opportunities in your hand versus like, oh, I don't want to do it because it's too much work. Like, I get it. If you want to do it as like a fun thing and you don't want to worry about the numbers or the money or anything like that, that's cool. You can do that. You can just keep streaming and not worry about it. But if you actually want to like actually make this like a career for yourself and you want to make money off of this, you have to do the work.
Not bad. All right. Well, let's go one further. Let's go to top 10,000, Mr. 10,000. This streamer is a variety streamer. It's a real person. It's real stats. They average 150 viewers. Maybe some of you in this room average a similar amount. They streamed 180 hours, the most of me or top 1,000. That's their sub count. That's how many years they've been doing it. All right, let's check the revenue for June. Sponsorship, 700. They actually made some effort to get a deal. That makes sense. They've been doing it 6 years. They have better relationships to get sponsors. YouTube, $0. They have no YouTube presence at all.
That's not good, man.
Twitch, 3,000.
That right there is definitely the problem. I think a lot of people kind of underestimate YouTube and the amount of ad revenue you can make off of YouTube. And I think that's also another good way of making revenue is, number one, YouTube is a good way to get discoverability up because YouTube is like one of the largest video platforms on the planet as is, and it has a better discovery than most other places, YouTube and TikTok specifically. Ever since I started doing more YouTube videos and doing more things like Instagram Reels and TikToks, I've noticed that more people have been showing up to my streams that came from those videos, which is the whole thing. Oh, V, it's been a hot minute. Thank you for the Prime sub. But yeah, like a lot of people that stream, especially like VTubers, most of them either stream only, but they barely make any clips for their videos, and they barely have YouTube channels. Shoot, I will give an example. This is from someone who's controversial, Evanito. Evanito has said basically like a lot of YouTubers tend to fail is because they don't make videos. They basically stream more so than they do making videos. And he's right, because a lot of VTubers and content creators that's starting out, they don't make videos. And I think that's hurting them a lot, because I see a lot of potential in a lot of them, and they don't want to make YouTube videos because it's a lot of work for them. Now, granted, it also has to do with, like, granted, making videos has more time and energy. But I think, like, from my perspective, I feel like if you're going to have time to stream and spend hours playing a game, I feel like a lot of that time is wasted when you can make a video out of it instead, you know, and try to actually like build up and get to that monetization and get that revenue going. Hi V, how you doing? We're currently right now doing the Ludwig course. We're doing day 2 and just like going over the going over revenues at the moment. And this one is definitely like a very touchy subject for a lot of people. So I don't know if I'm going to basically get canceled for this on Twitter, but we'll see. Actually, I should probably bring like a few people on for this to give their 2 cents about like some of these takes, because I think personally, I think Ludwig is right, and that I think a lot of people don't try to utilize how these social media pages work and being able to capitalize off of that. Oh, are we at school? Basically, I'm looking at the videos from the Streamer U stuff, so we are in a class, basically. I think you're fine right now, dude. What's this? This is, we're watching day 2 of the Ludwig course for Streamer U. How you doing, Riku?
$1,000. Grand total, $3,700. All right. Now, I need you to put this into perspective. That is a top 10,000 streamer in the world. Right. That is not a small streamer. That is a big streamer. How many streamers are there in the world? Anyone have a guess? 100,000. Someone give me a guess. 100,000. Million. Just in the month of June, how many people went live?
5 million.
Just on Twitch. 5 million?
5 million.
Top 10,000.
You're wrong.
Oh my God.
Top 10,000 only made like $3,760 a month.
That guy is better than 6.
Yeah, that top 10,000 streamer, that is not, yeah, he's right. That is not a small streamer. That is somebody that's in the big leagues. That is somebody that's like on the level of people like Fifi, Tricky, even Contail. But they're only making like 3,760. Which is fine if you're like wanting to live comfortable, but if you want to do things like bigger events or bigger activities or a lot of bigger stuff, this is not going to be viable per se.
To 4 million. Top 10,000. And how much is he making? 3,000. 3,000. They're making about 40K a year, right? Roughly 40K a year. And that's top 10,000 in the world. Okay? The numbers aren't wrong. People.
It's not enough. I agree. It's because there's a couple things wrong with the top 10,000 streamer. Number one, he doesn't have a YouTube channel. He's not making videos. I feel like people that are streaming and not using YouTube as a way to make those streams into video content, I think they're missing out on a lot of revenue. Myself included, which is why I'm trying to get into long form. This is why I'm so glad that Ludwig did this as a wake up call for a lot of streamers, because at the end of the day, like, some people are trying to make this as a career, and then like a lot of the times it is hard. People are trying to figure out like how to make money off of this, and they're just like a lot of people don't know how to do it. So stuff like this helps a lot.
Trick you. They say stream makes a lot of money. It does. Right. For me. But this whole streaming system is rich gets richer. The top makes a fuck ton.
That's true.
When a sponsor wants to do a deal, are they going to small streamers?
Nope.
No. They're trying to hit up iShow Speed, then they go, that's out of our budget. Then they go down the list. They go down the list until eventually they're stuck with me. All right? So I just need you guys to internalize this. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you want to be a streamer? Are you happy with
Listen,
the
I've been
lifestyle?
doing ASMR and
Let's
comic
say for
dubs a
the
lot,
rest of
but
your
never
life,
post it
you
and
are a
editing it
streamer
myself.
who's the 10,000th
Post it.
streamer in the world. That is a successful
Post
streamer.
it. Post it and keep posting it and get better at it.
You're making 4K a month. All right? Are you happy with that?
If you're doing all this stuff, you need to post it.
Fuck no. You're saying fuck no. Okay, but what if that's the reality? Is it only worth it if you're top 100? Or are you
Because if you're-
happy doing the act
I would say,
itself?
Riku, if you're editing it yourself and making these videos but never posting them, you need to post them because
being famous? Or do
I
you
hate to say this,
enjoy
then you're putting
streaming
all that
so
energy into
much
something that you're not
regardless if
going
you're
to
not
see
getting
any
paid,
revenue
you
from.
would love to do it for that amount of income. Is it enough that you are full-time, or do you want to hit these higher pursuits? And is streaming actually the path you should take to do that? That's what I'm asking you. Are you trying to be a streamer in 10 years who's making 5K a month? That's the question, and I don't know the answer. You got to ask yourselves. There's some people in here who are streaming for the first time at Streamer U. Maybe they're trying out. You don't have to be a streamer, yo. I know it's the buzz, but like, there are a bunch of other paths. You can be a YouTuber. You can just be a short form creator. You can be just a social influencer. You could be a real estate mogul if you want to make money. Like, there's a lot of other paths you can take in life. You can just work a 9 to 5 as something you're passionate about. You don't have to be a streamer. It's not a guaranteed success. You're not all going to be making millions. All right, let's keep it rolling. Does this sound like you? I want to see hands if at any point I'm talking about someone or something you're dealing with. I struggle to handle juggling clips and YouTube and streams. Hands up if that sounds like you. Keep your hands up. Keep your
Yep,
hands
that's
up if
them.
you guys don't understand
You know
how
what?
YouTube works. All right? Put your hand up, keep your hand up if this sounds like you. My clips do really well, but I don't know how to convert to long-form viewers.
That's also
I
true.
see
That's
more
something I'm
hands up
trying to
because I
learn
looked.
more about.
9 of the people in this class, I looked at you guys. You're averaging around maybe 100 to 300 viewers. Your clips are banging. You guys have hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram. You got millions of views. You got more views than me on your clips, but they're not converting. Okay? Have you ever wondered why? Yeah. Okay? Let's hear some theories. Who's got a theory? Why are you not converting? Why are you getting all the success on IG, TikTok, but not
Never mind.
on
Look at my
long
YouTube.
form?
I
What's
did
up?
post it, but not consistently. That's also another thing too. You got to be also consistent about your uploads.
Their personality on long form.
The nice thing about YouTube is you can basically schedule those videos to basically go up. That's what I do personally.
I think that's a really good point. I'm gonna
Like for me, Riku, when it comes to like uploading on YouTube, I try to be consistent. And what I do is I finish a project and then I basically schedule when those videos are going to go live. And then I try to maintain consistency on a weekly basis. Like, for example, my shorts that are doing really well right now, like my animatics on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, I consistently upload them on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Why do I do that? Is because I am doing a consistent upload. And what that does is that people will expect to come back and see me say like, oh, Spectre uploaded a new short at this time. Let me go check. It'll make people come back more because since now that I'm uploading consistently, people are expecting me to upload on those days. Now, granted, it's a lot of hard work to upload 3 times a week on YouTube Shorts making animatics, which is fine. You can't really translate that to long form unless you have a team. Like that's kind of impossible unless you basically no life it essentially. But for shorts, I'm able to do it because making animatics takes about 5 hours out of my day to make one of these without any sort of like issues. Stuff like that is very quick for me. So the best way to like, if you want to try to get like posting more and stuff like that, you got to be consistent with your uploads. And you have to stay consistent with the days you upload too. Like, don't try to upload on different days. Don't try to upload on days that you don't normally upload on. Try to upload on the same day you normally upload.
I'm gonna say this louder for y'all to hear. I'm gonna repackage it in a different way. The expectation of the viewer is not met when they go to the long form content. That is what is happening to you. All right? Now, before we jump into that, I have a question for y'all. What is worth more? All right, there's a little quiz time, pop quiz. Is a TikTok follower worth more? A Twitch follower or a YouTube follower? YouTube. All right, by show of hands, who thinks TikTok? By show of hands, who thinks Twitch? By show of hands, who thinks YouTube? Round of applause for Valkyrie, only one who got it right.
Twitch follower,
It is
YouTube.
Twitch. It is Twitch.
Follower.
Why is it Twitch? Why is it Twitch? Why is a YouTube viewer not worth more? Jason, which
It was
one?
Twitch, YouTube, and what was the last one?
Jason, what's
It
your
was an
answer?
Instagram follower, right?
Twitch is the smallest platform out of the three.
Why would that make them more valuable? If I have a follower on Truth Social, is that more valuable?
Because Twitch is easily monetized.
Oh wait, it was TikTok.
Twitch is easily
TikTok.
monetized? Okay. Why?
Because there's just a lot of ways people can give you money, I suppose.
Okay.
I think because you could still earn revenue on YouTube even if you don't if they don't follow, they're still you still get views.
And this is your argument for YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know you said YouTube was wrong, right?
YouTube is wrong. I believe Twitch is the correct answer, and I'm down to be debated on this. I think if you were to have 10,000 followers on TikTok, 10,000 followers on Twitch, and 10,000 followers on YouTube, you'd be making more money as the Twitch streamer. Okay? And ultimately, the reason why is the viewer buy-in. A viewer is going to be much more engaged as a Twitch follower than a TikTok follower. If you think about a TikTok follower, that's pretty straightforward. If they watch every single TikTok you post, they probably see 30 minutes of your face in a month. Total. All right? A YouTube
Interesting.
viewer, how much are they seeing your face in a
It was
month?
TikTok followers.
It's gonna be
The
more.
it's definitely
but
not TikTok
they're editing
followers. I'm gonna be
videos
honest with
from the
you.
videos you're uploading. Average Twitch viewership, they might spend 30 minutes in one Twitch stream. And you can easily pump out stream a day if you really want. You also have a better relationship with a live viewer than you do with a YouTube commenter. They're not always commenting. Most people don't comment, and you're likely not replying to all the comments. But in chat, they're always talking to chat.
That is
You got chat
true.
on your phone right now. Chat's probably saying some shit right now. You probably looked over and read them. Has anyone read a YouTube comment while I've been here?
Okay, you're not saying shit right now, right?
Has anyone read a TikTok comment while I've been here? Yes. So if you need to sell merch and you have 100 Twitch viewers, or you get a 100 view YouTube video, which one's better? You're trying to push merch to someone. Probably the Twitch follower. They're probably more likely to go buy that. Lacey, why are you disagreeing? What's your point?
No, I'm not disagreeing. The followers, yes, but YouTube has a way better system of getting recommended. So even if you have if you have 100 followers on Twitch, you're not gonna. There's no really chance to get 1,000
That is
viewers.
correct. There is no discoverability. That is correct. But that is a
Yep.
different question. The question is pound for pound, which one's worth more?
Worth more money, not just worth more.
Worth more money, correct. All right, guys, we're gonna tackle your problem today. My clips do great, but I can't get a lot of viewers. Here's the deal. You cannot always be the clip. Except for one guy. But this is real. What happens to you guys
You cannot
is you're
always
really good at farming
be
clips. I think
the
at this
clip.
point, a lot of you really understand intrinsically when a moment happens that, oh, that was the clip. I'm gonna tell my clipper, or maybe you are your own clipper, you run your own clip account. Tonight, I'm gonna post that. I fucking nailed it. All right? You guys feel pretty good about that at this point, I imagine. You probably know exactly, you might even be able to set up these moments. The issue is, you get that clip, how long is that in your 4-hour stream? A minute?
Yeah.
Seconds sometimes? All right? So then what
At
happens?
minimum, like 15
That
seconds.
person sees you on IG, you get an awesome clip, they go to your stream, and what are you doing? Are you farming a clip at every moment? No, you're a person. All right? We're not always exciting. We're not always on. I know I'm not. Okay, there are people who are. There are people who have balanced energy. I Show Speed has insane energy. Literally every second of that stream, you're like, holy shit, how is he still going? I can't do that. I'm a limited quantity guy. And then I need to go take a bath. That's me. I'm honest with myself. I know my strength isn't to perform in a way that will not be met when the viewer comes to see me. I have to be authentically me at all points. You need to be authentically you at all points. The person they should see in the clip should be the person that they experience in the live stream. All right? Otherwise, they're just gonna get bored and leave.
That's
You're
true.
not to clip you in every waking moment. Except for wrong.
I think community is important.
Why did I show these people? What's special about these people? Any
Oh my
guesses?
goodness, I recognize the one on the
They are
far
all superheroes,
left.
but there's something more.
They've grown a lot lately.
They've grown a lot. That's true.
They're always themselves.
They're always themselves. I like that.
So their online and offline personalities are pretty similar.
So these three are 3 of the 5 most successful streamers from last year. These are who you should aspire to be this year.
These are the alumni.
Alright.
Gotcha.
These people have all increased by, I'm telling you, like 5,000 average viewers. They all went in with hundreds. They now have 1,000 viewers. Okay, they're now doing amazing. Okay, I think they all have different strengths. We're gonna go all through one by one. What did Tota do at Streamer U? Built probably the strongest relationships of anyone at that event. That was able to get him, friends with Kai, friends with Ray, and Mafia-thon 3. Okay? To build a foundation, but build relationships with people here. Okay? Arky, I think, is one of the kings of authenticity. Arky
That
works hard
I feel
to
like these
see
are the
it is
3
obvious to
pillars
everyone
of
who's
like
with
what
him and
makes a good
everyone who
streamer
watches
in
him.
terms of like
So what you get in the clip is what you get when you hang out with him in real life.
how
is
you
what
should be,
get when you
which
watch him
is
online.
relationship,
Same guy.
authenticity, and kindness.
Yano, probably one of the nicest motherfuckers I've ever met. And she's always like that. It's crazy. I expect her to break at some point. She never breaks. All right? Even when people are a little too much for her. Where is he in this room? He's supposed to be in this class. Even when people are too much for her.
Oh, got called out.
So anyway, ultimately, guys, look. What I really want you to take away from this is it's all right to farm a clip, but you should be farming it as you. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't, have a burst of 1 minute of energy and then you're back to being somebody else. Be consistent.
That's true.
Be consistent in yourself. Be honest to yourself.
That's also true too, which is why like I guess the thing is like I'm very grateful that I'm able to have like the similar energy I have right now versus like and still have like that same energy IRL or like off stream, because like the idea is like trying to be consistent with your personality and try to be authentic with your personality as well. Because if you're trying to like farm a clip and it's not like you as the person and you're just like kind of being a character in a way, it can be a little bit disingenuous to the viewer and they're not going to be interested. For me, luckily most of my clips have been pretty much like how I usually am on stream for the most part. So I'm very lucky about that. It takes a lot to really get used to that. Like I wasn't like that when I started out. When I started streaming, I was very much more timid and quiet. When I started clipping myself, I was very much more like not. The other thing too is you have to be sort of like very much self-aware of your own persona and yourself. So hearing yourself back there, you can always feel embarrassed about it. A lot of times you gotta be basically very much like, you gotta go through it. You gotta basically bite the bullet and figure out like, who are you, basically. True. Hi, Brutal. Good to see you. Like for example, there are a lot of people in the VTuber space specifically that I know are faking it. A lot of them are faking it. And a lot of times I try to like, which is not a bad thing. Like you can fake it till you make it, like good on you, like get that bag. But at the same time, like at some point people are going to realize that, especially recently, that that's not the personality that people are getting versus like from the clip versus what they're getting on stream. It's me, isn't it? Nah, Brutal. You're basically the same energy both on and offline. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, Brutal, you're one of the most authentic, like, streamers or VTubers that I know. Like, deadass. Or, like, for example, like, another one is Maki, aka Kaiju Kanajo. She has that same energy IRL versus and on stream too. Like her energy on like both clips and YouTube are basically the exact same. And she rolls with it. Like for most of her clips, she's mostly doing like story time stuff and things like that, because it actually makes sense because her story time shorts are doing well because most of her content is telling stories while building Gunpla. It all connects, basically. That's me. I'm just a silly little ooh girl IRL. No. You gotta basically own that. You gotta basically rock that shit. Me myself, I'm still trying to basically still figure things out for myself. Like I'm really good. I've noticed that I'm really good at mentoring in a way, which is kind of funny. Ever since I do like my art streams and things like that, I've noticed like a lot of people really get engaged when I do like these sort of mentorship style, like basically like trying to sort of like teach people about art or like how I do things, because I've noticed like actually before I became doing animatics, I've noticed that some of my best streams have been ones that involved like me teaching somebody, and those got like the most comments and the most views, because a lot of people would come back to my streams and they would see those videos and be like, oh cool, you're the guy who basically talked about this stuff and I wanted to ask a few questions. Surprisingly, that did really well. You get your bag, girly woo. Yes. Let's be honest. Salient is basically a baddie. Okay. She's a baddie IRL. She's a baddie on stream. The one time I met Spec IRL, pretty much the same, just seemed a little more shy, but could have been because it was unexpected meet. It was both an unexpected meet, and plus like I was also like the early years of my streaming career, so I didn't really know anybody. I would say V, if we met again IRL, I would be a completely different person. Like, I think this is the personality that she would get from me, because I've opened up a lot more. Plus, I was also like, I was in an environment that I wasn't really comfortable in at the time. And also like, I didn't really have like a lot of friends, so I was shy and things like that. So, but that was like, I think you saw like year 1.5 Spectre. Now, like with year 3.5 Spectre, it's basically changed. All around, I'm just an absolute degenerate. I mean, own up to it, live up to it, own that shit. But for the most part, yeah, I think that's the biggest thing is like for clip farmers, like the problem with clip farming, especially with VTubers, is like they act a lot of the times, especially with like newer streamers and newer VTubers, like they would basically have like this one huge like outburst moment, and then they would go back to just like not talking. They're playing the game. They don't engage with chat. They don't do all this. And that right there is what turns a lot of viewers off from streams, is because of the lack of engagement. Now, granted, there are cases like, for example, like a collab where they're basically interacting with other people and talking with people. I'm still trying to get sort of my bearings with like new people. It's why I don't really do a lot of collabs to begin with, because if I'm dealing with a lot of new people that I don't get the vibe with, oftentimes I'd be a little bit more quiet. But if it's somebody that I know or somebody that I'm more comfortable with, like for example, like the Abs Boys, we've collabed for almost over like a year and a half now, and we have like this relationship that we can now like understand and not like feel like we're walking on eggshells with each other. So I'm able to be more open with them. But if it's like a totally brand new group of people that I'm just like not familiar with, yes, I will be a little bit more shy because of that, because I have no idea what or like the etiquettes and boundaries. You might as well watch a silent walkthrough if they don't talk. That's pretty much true. That is so true, Brutal. I can never not like take a hot take when it comes to stuff, content creators like that, because where's the content? Where's the engagement? Where's the entertainment per se? Because a streamer needs to be entertaining. If you're trying to make money off of this, you have to be entertaining. Like, that's no questions asked. If you want to be someone who's just doing it for the hobby, cool. That's awesome. Keep doing it. But if you're trying to make a living off of this and make this as a career, you got to change something about that. Anywho.
All right. We're going to talk about the content funnel.
This one I really want to learn.
An idea of how to
content
efficiently stream. Right now, when you guys stream,
this should be important.
What are your strengths? Getting a couple clips.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. We can do better. I want you to start shifting your paradigm. A stream is now a recording session.
Yep. Stream.
We're not just booting up stream to fuck off for 4 hours, get free, go home. We're not booting up stream to play a video game for 6 hours,
recording session.
Go home. That is a waste of your time. It is a less efficient use of your time. This is a recording session. What can you record in a stream? This is an example of one of my streams. This is one of my best streams. Why is it one of my best streams?
Holy holy.
No.
You had an event.
No, I do not have an event. The title is Games with Friends. CoffeeZilla video later.
Authentic.
Authentic?
No.
No, not authentic.
Video out of it.
I got a video?
A good video out of it.
Every second.
I got multiple videos.
Yeah, he got like 6 videos out of
One
this.
stream is 6 hours. There's 3 separate VODs. Those are just cut-ups, not edited, of the segments. All right, I came prepared with segments. 3 different edited videos. God Gamer Gauntlet. It's a challenge I do.
He was able to make 3 videos out of one stream. This is how you should be. I think a lot of streamers, especially VTubers, should be maximizing their streams rather than trying to basically just like do a stream and then expect like people to show up and stuff like that. Make it a way that, can I make a video out of this? Is this entertaining? Would I watch this? That's what Ludwig is trying to explain here, is that, and this is why he's also like incorporating the content funnel, because like I said, a lot of streamers, especially VTubers, which is funny, which I still find funny to this day, don't have YouTube channels. Don't use YouTube, which I think is a waste. Because you can use those videos or that one VOD and probably make multiple videos out of it, because what he's doing is basically he's doing multiple things in one stream, and then that turns into like 3 videos. I'll give another good example of like a video that did really well, that like, for example, I'm going to pull up Anarchy's channel really quick. Give me a sec. I'm going to pull up Anarchy's channel. In fact, actually, this is a good idea to check on Anarchy's like latest video too, because Anarchy has been killing it with the videos lately, involving like one of the biggest videos that she's been doing that has done really well on Anarchy's channel was the one-shot Percy Jackson D&D campaign, which we have a second video out on her channel currently right now. If I can find it. Oh yeah. Also, Anarchy has like 2 channels. She has one for IRL content and one for VTubing content. Her IRL one does make like the most from that, but her VTube channel has like the most viewerships and things, like most like subscribers and things like that. Currently right now, her latest video, which is the second half of the, like, hold on, I'm going to pull this up really quick. And I'm putting Anarchy on the spot really quick, but this is going to be funny. Let me just pull this over here. Yeah, like, okay, so right now we have the latest video, which is only like maybe like 1.5, but it's doing really well for 3 days, actually. This is actually doing surprisingly well for 3 days. The one that she did 3 months ago got 66,000 views. And this is from her, this is basically the stream, the one-off, and it was only like maybe an hour, like a 2-hour session of D&D. We had so many crazy moments that this was definitely not going to be like a short. This was going to be a long form event kind of thing. And it did really well. And you know what? You know what's funny? She got revenue from that because, again, I mean, who did the thumbnails here? That'd be crazy. Like, you might be talking to the person who did the thumbnails right now. But also, welcome back from all the ads. We're looking at Anarchy's channel as an example. But yeah, she got 66,000 views from this one stream, by the way. This one stream, that was a one-off. And not only that, since I did the thumbnail for the first one, she paid me to do a thumbnail for the second one, because the first video, from her perspective, she told me that she made enough revenue from that video to basically hire me again as the thumbnail artist for the next one, which I did do the thumbnail for the next one. So again, Anarchy knows how to basically content funnel her streams into a video. She won't use every single stream as a video. I mean, I can already tell she doesn't use every single form of content. Sometimes some streams are just like, they're just kind of there, but they're not good for a video, which is fine. A lot of times, the stream could be terrible and you can't really use any of the footage. That can happen. But Anarchy is a good example of a similar technique because again, she used just one stream and made a video out of it and made not only a lot of views from it, but also made a lot of revenue from it because we had a great time. We had people that bounced off each other. We were all playing characters and doing scenarios that are just wacky and batshit insane, and it worked, and it got people talking in the chats. Like I even looked at the comments for that video, for that first video, and people were literally talking about, like, say for example, my character, Connor. People basically were basically quoting what I said during that event. So doing stuff like that, doing funny little things or challenges, like it really depends on your content. But for the most part, when you're streaming, try to basically figure out, can you make a video out of this? Keep that in the back of your mind, basically.
Met your chameleon with some friends, and I reacted to a CoffeeZilla video. And then I also had a couple clips out of it. Okay? That's all from one stream. That was 6 hours. I recorded all of that. Just for your information here, I didn't put it in this slide. The streams, they made 5K. It's pretty good. Okay? All of these together, they made 25K.
Damn.
Okay? And you're able to get all this out of one stream if you just spend the time to plan out what you are going to do on stream. Raise your hand, and I just wanted to keep everyone's hand raised right now.
Also, I like how he's casually holding a Red Bull, drinking it.
When I say, I'm basically trying to find out how many hours you stream. So everyone's hands up. Do you stream at least 1 hour? Hands up. Do you stream at least 1 hour a month? Hands up. Do you stream at least 1 hour a month?
I'm raising my hand right now. I can't really do it. Oh wait, I can. Hold on. I can do it.
Hands up. You stream at least 10 hours. All right, 50 hours. Hands up. Do you stream 50 hours? At least 50 hours.
There we go.
If you put your hands down, you're not streaming enough. Do you stream at least 100 hours? 100 hours a month. Did you stream 100 hours a month? If you put your hands down, you might not be streaming enough. Are you streaming 120 hours?
I don't think I'm streaming 120 hours.
Okay. Hands are still up. 150. My hands down at this point. 150.
I'm not doing 150. That's too much.
160. 180. 200 hours. 220. How many hours do you stream? Can I ask you? Around 200 hours. Your hand's still up back there. 250 hours.
That is too much.
260? 300 hours. Is it 300 hours? That's how many hours you stream?
300 hours a month? That's too much. I see. This guy has to be doing like a constant subathon or something like that.
Listen up. If that 300 hours is true, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. You said 200 hours?
I got corrected. 161.
That is still too many hours in my mind. I think you guys are streaming too much. I genuinely believe that. I think every streamer should be streaming in the sweet pocket of 100 and 150. I think that's like the perfect zone, 100 to 150, all right? Some of y'all need to do more. I've looked at your stream hours. Some of you guys aren't doing enough. I think some of you guys aren't sure if you want to be streamers. I think some of you guys are still exploring that. That's fine. But if you want to be a streamer, I think at least 100 is right. I think anything over 150 is a waste of your time. You're just being less efficient. Okay, why? Because you're not getting the value of each of these streams, right?
At least 100 hours.
Don't look like this. Your 6 hours, what can you
a
show
month
for? 4 Instagram clips? Okay. How much did that
of
make?
streaming.
Nothing.
Exactly. All right. So we're going to do a little exercise right now. And this is an exercise you guys should be doing every single day. Let me say that again. This is homework today. You should be doing it every single day.
This one's I can't wait to do this homework assignment. This one's a good one.
I think of stream ideas
I already have
every
ideas.
fucking day. I'm the only guy who thinks of them. Other people have teams. I think that could be a very helpful thing. I'm a little protective over my process. That's just my personal style. On your phones or pen and paper if you prefer. This is an activity. Get them out right now. Break them out, come on. I want you guys to be writing down 3 different stream ideas. Now to make it a little more complicated, we're gonna do 3 different tiers. I want you guys to come up with a $1 idea, free.
Stream
Something you can do anytime,
ideas.
any point. A $1,000 idea.
$1.
Maybe something a little more ambitious, something more planned out, whatever.
1,000.
And then final one, a dream idea, $100,000.
$100,000.
Dream. Doesn't matter. I'll give you guys a few minutes. I want you guys to seriously write these down. You don't have to come up with all 3 right now, but come up with at least one right now. I'll show you mine in a moment. Go ahead, right? I'll give you a few minutes.
All right. So while he's doing that, okay. So while he's doing that, I kind of want to write these down. The $1 idea I think I would have specifically. That's like this is basically like your free idea. This is stuff that I already have that I can utilize or use for myself. I think for myself, for a $1 stream idea would be is a Metal Gear Solid marathon, which I'm already going to be doing anyway. Metal Gear Solid marathon. The reason why I say a Metal Gear Solid marathon is because I can turn this into a big event with only using $1. I think the only thing that probably would cost would be like getting the other collection, but that'll be out of my own pocket anyway. But I wouldn't have to pay anybody else to do this. I would turn these into multiple videos involving each game. Like I would do the editing and I would basically make each installment its own video. Because let's see. Let me take a look at this. Okay, let's see. How many Metal Gear Solid games in the chronological mainline do I have to play? So I have to play MGS1, MGS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Peace Walker, and I think that is it. Unless I want to do the original Metal Gears on the NES, which I don't think I have access to. So that's not the case. But I essentially have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. I have 6 games that I can work with. Because of that, I can make 6 YouTube videos. It'll be like Kaiju VTuber marathons. It'll be Kaiju VTuber plays every single chronological Metal Gear game. Actually, wait, hold on. Does Ground Zeroes count? Ground Zeroes is technically its own game, but it's more of like a demo to 5 than anything else. But actually, yeah, we need Ground Zeroes as well. So it's 7, actually. 7 games. Because I do need Ground Zeroes for like a prequel to 5. So I think that's going to be my $1 idea, which is a Metal Gear Solid marathon. I think that'd be really fun. And because of the Masters Collection that is coming out next month, I want to do that because I have like every game except for 4. I have every game except for 4 and Peace Walker. That's the only 2 I don't have. So I'm going to be spending a little bit of money, but I will be definitely doing that. And this is something I can do like right now because I have access to all of these games. So yeah, that will be like my $1 one. My $1,000 one would be a little bit something more interesting. I'm gonna do I would probably do like a VTuber tournament of some kind. Actually, no, this one's a bigger one. VTuber scavenger hunt. And this is coming back from like one of Ray's streams that I've gotten the inspiration from. He basically played this with Chilled Chaos and a few other people. What they would do is they would I would turn this into an event, and the cash prize would be first place. First place gets 700. Second place gets 200. And third place gets about $100. That way, my contestants, people that join this, they're still getting money out of this. Like, I would basically use that $1,000 as prize money for an event that I can do. I would bring in 3 of my friends. They don't have to be big streamers. They could be small streamers or stuff like that, because I can turn this into a video that would be really engaging. I would say I pitted 3 VTubers in a scavenger hunt for $1,000. So that would be my $1,000. The $100,000 one I'm gonna have to figure out later because that one is kind of a lot of money, and I don't think I would know what to do with $100,000 for content. Chat, actually, what would you guys do?
Going well so far.
Chat, what would you do with this kind of budget between the three? Like, what would you do for $1, 1,000, and 100,000?
Were they sad?
Let me know in chat. I would love to know what you guys would do with that kind of money for content.
That's fair. That's kind of you.
First, and she was like, "All right, that's fine. What was your name?" Shook my hand. I was like,
That's kind. That's kind. We're gonna go to some students.
What's the question? Okay, so the question was, Riku, is what kind of content would you make with just $1 budget? What would you make with $1,000 budget? And what would you make for content for $100,000? And it has to be content that you make. You can't just run away with the money. I wish I could. That's an honestly good question. It's a really good question because this makes you really think about what you can do and what your limitations are right now. It tells you like what you're capable of with, like, the $1 one is really a nice one because it's basically what you can do right now with what you have currently. And then what I would do is honestly, like, what I would do if I had like all the money in the world, because $100,000, I can do a lot of things making content with 100,000. Probably start a game show. A game show with $100,000 would be really cool. I would probably do something a little bit more. I would probably maybe do I'd probably do something more exotic. A game show is definitely a good one. However, I feel like I can be able to do a game show with $1,000 on the line versus like 100,000 because, for example, like the game show idea I have that I'm going to try and do in Anarchy next year probably won't cost as much, except for like just the space and time for the most part. Like, I feel like unless I probably pay $100,000 for a better space. You probably do a game show for 1K. That makes sense. That actually makes more sense. 100K, I feel like, would be a lot of money for a game show, especially for a content game show, I would say. 100,000, I would probably try something incredibly funny. Because the thing is, like, $100,000 is a lot of money, but it's also like not a lot of money at the same time. It's kind of like in that sweet spot where it's like both a lot and not a lot for what you want to do. I think for me, for 100,000, oh man, that's actually a good question. Really, I don't know what I would do with 100,000. 100,000 would be like, I would probably do 3D debut with abs. Like, I'm talking about 3D VR models and things like that we can basically do as like a idol debut, basically. Because that would be worth it, because we would have to pay for 3D models, getting outfits, getting everything set up. That would be the big thing, is debuting with 3D models would be something. Because, like I said, me and the boys are starting an unofficial group called Abs. And stuff like that with 100,000 would definitely cover for most of that. And then I would make it a video. This would all be like a video, a debut video. Debut video. It would not only be a debut video, but also I would like to make multiple videos interviewing each member. 3 videos interviewing each member as if it was like an idol group. Because I think that would be really cool to see. And then we would have things like highlights and stuff for each channel. That way each member has like their own video for that. That way it's not just the debut video, but also like a interview video and things like that. And the boys would make it easier to get that $100,000 spent. That's why I'm saying the 3D debut with abs would be a lot. We would definitely be able to spend the money for that. Because I would turn this into like I would turn it to similar to how like Hololive does their 3D debuts involving some of their members. It would be a huge event. Like, this would be something that is not small. This would be something with like trailers, sneak peeks. Things like that. Just to get the eyes on there. Similar to how like Plotty did her concert in a way. I would probably do this something similar. Been lurking still at work. Won't be done till 10 p.m. Welcome in, Mokame. But yeah, that'll probably be like my $100,000 idea. Because making the 3D models of each, it's not only making the 3D models in general, but also making it'll be 3D models plus matching outfits. That way, when we debut, we have a matching like theme with our outfits. Which honestly, like, not a bad way to spend $100,000.
I'm trying to think about my own personal thing that I have done so I can relate to this and I can better it. So a $1 probably like go outside in New York City and just show people New York City.
I'll also probably add in here like new life 2D models as well.
Come back home, show some merch that people send me. You know, I've done it before. For the 1,000.
And again, all of this is to try to make good videos out of this from streams.
Or like I would order something from Amazon, like a hot chip. I've done it. And just like do a bug out thing, you know. And like for that, what I would do is what I did. I went to the yard.
You went to what?
I went to the Dominican Republic and I streamed.
Okay.
So I feel like
That wasn't 100K though.
100K, that would make me.
No, sorry, that would cost you.
So that would cost me, right? But if you imagine it bigger, like it's right. So
You get like a whole crew with you, maybe.
and I go somewhere else, you know.
Like a travel stream.
Honestly, I feel like,
Okay, I like it.
honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have like, another idea I probably think was like Japan
I'm sure you guys
vlog.
are still mulling over your ideas. That is good. This exercise is something you should
That would
be doing
definitely not spend
again. How
100,000,
often?
but it was paid for like a lot of the stuff
Every fucking day. All right. I
with
want to hear
content
your
group.
ideas. What you got?
All right, so boom. I go by Larry King. I'm a cashier at the gas station. So for $1 idea that I could do, I could just be desktop at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Talk to my, my community, my people.
Okay.
I could buy like a hot chip or whatever, do that on stream. You know what I'm saying? Desktop. For my $1,000 budget or you know what I'm saying idea I have for that. Chat, what did I say for that one? Oh no, I got it. 24-hour stream at my gas station. You know what I'm saying? I could pay for a tent to sleep inside, like a tent or whatever, because we do have running customers.
Are you paying for production crew?
No, it's just me.
Okay.
Just me. But I'm
That is
paying
still
for, like,
that is
bunch
still
of
a good
things
idea though.
in the gas station.
Yeah.
That's my $1,000 idea.
Okay.
Now for my $100,000 idea,
The dream.
I want to do a gas-a-thon. 30 days straight to gas station, 24-hour security, 24-hour surveillance, which we do.
That's
have.
actually a really good idea.
And I want to have mad different things going on in the gas station.
Okay. I like that.
$100,000.
I like that one. All right. I just want to hear your best.
That's a
idea.
really good
Jason,
one.
What you got? Best idea.
$100,000 idea. I want to do a boxing event on an island for 7 days.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That might be closer to $500,000, but I appreciate the enthusiasm of that idea.
Yeah, that's gonna be worth a lot more than 100,000, my guy. On an island.
National Geographic Part 2 in Alaska.
I like it. What you got?
I'm Philippine. I really love D&D and storytelling, so I want to do a 360 immersive D&D session with Matthew Mercer and a bunch of really fun D&D.
That's 100K. 95K on Matthew Mercer. I got you.
Yeah, it's
Let me
Matthew
see
Mercer.
your
He's
chat.
probably
What
gonna be
you got?
very expensive to get.
$100,000 idea is the world's largest mukbang.
I mean,
That's a pretty good idea.
that's a pretty good idea.
What you got?
Breaking into the bank and like, stealing 100,000 worth of change.
Wait, say that one more time.
Breaking into the bank and stealing 100,000 worth of change.
Breaking into the bank and stealing $100,000.
Okay, that's a Mr. Beast
Biggest
idea
ring.
right there.
All right,
Okay.
last one. What you got?
Casino stream can't leave till you double the 100,000.
Love that. Love that.
That's a good idea.
That's
great
also a really good idea.
All right, guys.
Actually, I
These are
think
really
Xers
good
did
ideas.
something like that
Okay.
recently.
But I want to talk about what makes an idea good. All right? What makes a stream idea good? I'm a little different than you guys. I'm older. I've been doing this 8 years. When I stream, I'm thinking about a YouTube video. I'm not thinking about a clip. That's how people do it in modern day. I think we should all be thinking of both. I think you guys are already good at the clip. That's second nature. Let's stop thinking about it. Let's think about the thing that's more sustainable. Holding long-term viewership, making a YouTube video, being authentic. Let's work on those weak points. The clip is second nature. For me, I have to do the opposite. The YouTube video is easy. How do I get a clip? I'm 30 fucking one. I don't know what to do.
That's not all. That's what you're doing.
It's practice. It takes time. So anyway, I'm gonna go through a couple of my ideas here, and then we're gonna talk about what makes an idea good. This is one idea here. This is a thumbnail for it. It's called Bro v Bro. A lot of people stole this idea. It's a good fucking idea.
Yeah, I've seen everyone steal this
Basically me
video.
versus another creator, finding out who the better gamer is. We do a best of 7, competing in a variety of video games. All right, I've been doing this for years now. I know it's a good idea because Ron stole it, Jason stole it, JC stole it. One note on that. When someone steals your idea, congrats, you did well. Do not feel bad about it. Do not be bitter about it. Do not reach out to them about it. It is okay. And here's ultimately the truth. Someone who steals an idea makes you their ceiling.
That's true.
They will not be bigger than you until they do shit better than you. And if all they're doing is mimicking you, then I promise you, they will never surpass you.
Honestly, you could say the same thing about VTubers in the similar sense, both style and content, specifically more style per se. Like I had one case where I had a friend reach out to me saying like, dude, there's a guy that has like a similar style of your model, similar to you. They're also a Kaiju VTuber and an electric Kaiju VTuber. And I'm like, okay, I like their stuff. They had a pretty cool looking model. And then the person that was like allegedly copying me basically like reached out to me going like, dude, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that you already had a style like this or anything like that. And I'm like, it's all right, dude. I'm already going to be like updating everything. So you're cool and things like that. And that was it. Like for the most part, I have still been growing and making more content and stuff like that. And honestly, like, I feel like both our content is so vastly different that it doesn't really affect me in any way style wise or anything like that. I say with VTubing in general is like, you're always going to have overlaps in designs and people are going to get inspirations from you or people are going to steal stuff from you and do that. Guess what? A lot of them don't usually survive or usually are not that great, but you also want to be able to like take inspiration from ideas and quote unquote steal. Because sometimes it's a pretty good idea and you want to sort of spin it and remix it in your own sort of flavor. And if you can make it and do it better, you've broke the ceiling, basically. There's so many VTubers it happens, but unfortunately for those who do, is deliberately their biggest boom because from the main individual they're stealing from, making a deal of it. That's what I'm saying is that's usually how a lot of VTubers usually get their clout when they're basically copying somebody, is mostly when somebody makes a big stink about it. I don't make a big stink about it because I don't want to give them the clout for that. But I usually try to make better content and try to just like one up them, basically. Yeah, they have a tendency to only last like a year. That's true. Like some of the people that quote unquote were copying or like allegedly copying people usually don't last that long. Actually, like, hold on, let me see if like that person is still streaming or anything like that. If they had any growth. I'm actually very curious about this too, to be honest. Give me a sec. Let me pull up the person in question. Because I don't think they are active as much anymore. Let me double check because I know I have their DMs. Yeah, I have all the DMs still. Yeah, currently they haven't made that much growth. Yeah, like I think they messaged me like, let's see. Yeah, and this is again, I didn't know that they existed until somebody told me about them. Yeah, so let's see. This was back in Yeah, this was like back in 2024. This was 2 years ago that they reached out to me talking about how sorry that they think that their design is kind of like mimicking mine. Which again, I'm not someone who has like a monopoly on people who makes electric kaiju VTubers. Like you can make yourself an electric kaiju VTuber, and I will be none the wiser. But yeah, they definitely did reach out to me about that. But for the most part, like I try not to give people that try to copy me any clout whatsoever. And again, like there's cases where some people have like taken ideas from my content and rolled with it. And you know what? I'm fine with that. Like, for example, I want to see more people make animatics. It's really funny. It's really cool. I want to see more of that instead of the slop that we get, the brain rot slop. But let's see. Let me take a look. Yeah, so far they haven't really done anything relatively new. That they're still like making content, but it's not really, they haven't really made any growth per se. Like I haven't seen much of a difference from where they started versus where they are now. So like I said, I'm not too worried about them. I still wish them the best of luck and things like that, to be honest. So yeah. I really do hope that they do succeed, because sometimes imitation is the best form of flattery, and oftentimes people can make better things as a base of that and then start creating their own stuff. That's how I kind of see it that way. A secondary issue is people who make a stink of it tend to lose followers too. That's also true too, which is why I kind of don't make a stink about it, because again, like at the end of the day, people are going to steal your stuff because they're good. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I've had multiple situations where I was impersonated by people through VGen. And I've gotten messages from people saying like, hey, did you message me? And you know what? I just make one announcement going like, that's not me. That's an imposter. That's fine. I don't make a stink about people who basically like try to copy my flow for the most part, because I feel like there's nothing original these days. And that a lot of my stuff is basically inspirations from other things as well. So I always understand that part of it as well. And all I do is just make better content and make it more authentic. Like people are always going to gravitate to the more authentic creator or the more authentic entertainer over the imitation. And you know what? Sometimes even the imitation can be better than the original. I mean, look at Star Wars. One of the biggest IPs in history was a ripoff of another movie, I think, which was called Jupiter's Ascending, the original Star Wars. And guess what? Star Wars became the better quality one. So that happens. Or rather, take, for example, that's a good one. So sometimes, like, again, I would say, for the example, like, a bad artist copies, a good artist steals. That was what one of my teachers have told me. In the entertainment industry, a good artist steals. And I don't mean like stealing as in like completely copying somebody. I mean like taking an idea, transforming it into something that's more your taste and your ideas, and it becomes your own thing, basically. Like for me, I didn't start the animatic craze. That was like, I basically saw another content creator make them, and I was like, cool, let me take that idea and spin with it. And now it became its own thing where I'm doing that now, and it's starting to become its like own form of identity for me. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, you're always going to have people that are going to try to one up you or try to take your ideas and try to make them their own. For the most part, that's part of the content creation hustle. For the most part, it sucks, especially if you try to work hard on something and then only for it to be basically stolen. But that's always going to happen, and there's not really much you can do about that.
He's right. Do different things. Do different things too. Next idea. This is $1,000. This is an older one. It's called an Amazon stream.
Oh, this is a really good idea.
$1,000, and Ron is right. This is a stream that Soda Poppin did initially. OG streamer Soda Poppin. I took the idea, The only thing I twisted is I gave my chat an exact amount they could spend and then a time limit to spend it in. So a little bit of stress on chat's behalf. I've done this stream, I'm not shitting you, probably a dozen times. It works every time. I've done it for 1,000, I've done it for 10,000, I've done
About to
it
do
for
that.
30,000.
About to snatch that shit.
All I do, I give them the amount of money.
I'm not gonna lie, I might steal that as well. That's a good idea.
Buy. Yes, we buy it. No, we don't. Huh? Pills? These are height pills. Yeah, stand tall, growth pills. I'm now 6'3". That's that. All right, $100,000 idea. This one's a few years old. 24 hours in the wilderness. I had a whole production crew. I streamed outside for 24 hours. I had a bunch of wildlife experts come through. They helped me through it. This was a 24-hour stream production. That's where the cost came from. Okay? $100,000. Did you make money on that stream, Ludwig? Fuck no. And it's a good question. Why not? Because it costs a lot.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily make more. It doesn't scale that way. For me to make that much more, I'd have to have that exponential increase in viewership. I'll say maybe at the time I was averaging like 17K viewers. I think for this stream I might have had like 27K. It's more, but it's not enough to cover all the bills. Was it worth it? What do you think?
Yes.
Why?
Because, yeah, even though it was a live stream, 24 hours, right? You could get clips, YouTube, shorts, and it's like so many that you could benefit from just that.
I can do that from my home for free.
Okay.
That's also true.
It's different too.
Adapt?
Now you have the case study of what that much money turns over for content. You know when you can spend that much money, when you should stay at the crib and spend less money, and you know it gives you an idea of where.
Yeah, was it worth it?
That's
I
true.
think
I think you can trial things. I think you should take risks.
this was a
I
huge
also think
investment.
It's okay to have lost leaders. Big ideas, big events. Maybe they don't make a lot, but they mean a lot to the people who watch you.
Exactly.
People see the effort that you put in. If you are not doing things that
Like I think what Ludwig is trying to say here is basically like he didn't make money off it, but the impact it led to basically being recognized because, like, for example, like one of my one of the most common things that people have recognized me at Offkai was my cheese shenanigans. Like I had somebody basically roll up to me saying like, "You're the cheese man," and everything like that, because everyone remembers from last year where I was paid $500 to get cheese thrown at me by every VTuber and content creator that was at TwitchCon. People still remember that. People still remember those things. Do I have the video out? No, I'm still working on that video, but people still remember that. People still remember me for that. It left an impression. And that's what I think Ludwig is trying to explain here, is that even though this video didn't make that much money or didn't give him that much followers, it made an impact that people remember him for those kinds of things and want to come back and watch more content like that.
that are exciting to you, exciting to them, viewers slip away. There's a lot of competition out there. There's a stat I heard year over year, all right? Your viewers will change. So maybe if you have 1,000 viewers this year, if you have 1,000 viewers next year, 50% of those people will be different.
Yeah.
That's the turnover.
That's true.
50% of those people will be different. It's not the same people coming in. You don't have this static pool. People got lives. People get older. People stop watching streams when they get 30. They got a family and shit. All right?
I don't.
So sometimes these lost leaders can also bring in those new viewers. They can help recycle the people who are eventually going to leave. I got one more for y'all. This one is $1 million.
Streamer Games, which is happening right now, from what I've been told.
All right? And there's a follow-up to your question. Okay, is it worth it? Streamer Games, year one, guess what it did? It lost money. Streamer Games, year two, guess what it did? About broke even. Streamer Games, year three, guess what it's gonna do? It's gonna make money.
Yeah.
All right, the more often you do an event, the better you will get at doing it for cheaper. Also, the better it will perform, right? People know about the event now. The streamer you hyped this year, how long did Kai spend hyping this?
He is right about that because, like, for example, like the first time you do an event or something like that, you're basically trying to buy all the equipment and all the material for it. Then the next time you do it for the next year, you already have the equipment, so it's going to be a lot cheaper. And then year after that, it becomes even more cheaper. So it does make sense that you'll be making more money over time as you keep doing it because you have all the skill and know how to make it cheaper and more effective. And that's actually very clever, to be honest. I actually do that myself. Like most of the stuff I do for streaming is very cost effective. Although like things like, for example, like going out to cons and things like that to do meet and greets and stuff like that do become costly. But at the same time, there's not much I can do about that.
This up 2 weeks maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe? When did y'all find out when you're gonna fly in? A week ago?
Yeah.
Right? But why did y'all come? Because you knew what streamer you was. All right, you knew the opportunity that it was because already proved it. So doing things multiple times is a good thing. You can't hammer it home, right? You don't want to be the 50th season of The Simpsons. You gotta try some new shit, but if something works, do it again. This is what you should be doing as a YouTuber, as a streamer, whatever. You were throwing shit at the wall.
Yep.
Something clicks, we're gonna do it again.
That's me with my animatics right now.
All right?
That's also true.
Like one of those people on TikTok, they got one bit, they do it in perpetuity, and then that's all they ever are. You know, you should explore new avenues, but if something works, keep doing it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's true.
Next up. Christmas. All right, guys, this is
Christmas.
This is something that I've thought about a lot, that helps me a lot, that I'm just, maybe will help some of you. Do you guys remember being at school? For some of you, it's not that long ago.
Oh God, that reminds me. We're getting close. We're getting close to that time where Mariah Carey's about to get unthawed.
And that's exciting. That brings you there, pulls you. It literally pulls you.
Wait, are you guys ready for the Mariah Carey blasting in Walmarts again?
To Christmas, okay? As a creator myself, I can get very tired of the monotony. I have a strict schedule I adhere to. I go live X amount of days. I farm XYZ YouTube videos. You do that for 8 years, it gets boring. So what keeps me going is Christmas. I make myself a Christmas. For me, personally, it is a big event.
Yeah.
Something I'm really excited to do. I have streamer games in 2 weeks. I'm excited to do that. So I know, okay, I gotta get all my ducks in a row. Gotta get my YouTube videos out, I gotta get my streams out, I got Christmas coming up. All right, first part of the year, I do this event called Tip to Tip, a motorcycle around the world, my friend Michael Reeves. That is Christmas, I'm so excited to do that. But I know I gotta do my work, okay, before we get to that. Make yourself a Christmas. It can be whatever. Something you're excited to do. Maybe it is a big streamed event. Maybe it is a YouTube video recording. Maybe it's a vacation. That's fine. But make yourself a Christmas so that you can look forward to, you can get through the day-to-day of life. Next up. This is the #1 lesson. This is something I can't
Be different.
I can't tell you the playbook for how to be successful exiting Streamer U. Because if I did, you would all use it and it wouldn't be successful. Someone here is going to rise above the rest. Someone here is going to offer viewers something unique that other people aren't offering. I'm a small streamer making a cozy environment. Okay, I've seen that. Maybe that's fine, maybe you're happy with that. That's not gonna be the person who's the #1 streamer come out of here. I'm loud. I like being the center of attention. Okay, we have enough of that. You are not gonna be the #1 streamer coming out of here. So what are you doing to be different? What are you doing that people are drawn to? This is tough, this is intrinsic, this is personal. I cannot tell you what it is.
That's
but
true.
Ultimately, whoever is successful will do this. Dean Sinat.
I'm just here to look around.
Guys.
The
5 minutes
the
left
random
in
Dean
class.
shows up.
I appreciate you all being very attentive. At this point, I will open it up. Does anyone have any questions?
Hello,
for me?
Mr.
This is the
Dean
last time
Sinat.
that we will be meeting. So if you have anything for me, let's get it out now. Hands up. What you got?
When's the time that you've almost quit streaming or content creation?
It's a good question. What's the time I almost quit streaming? It was early in my career. I was a part-time employee at a vape company. I was head of marketing. I didn't smoke vapes. I lied on my resume. After, I would go home, I would stream.
I ate too much food. My stomach is big and
I really
round.
love streaming. Here's the
Rubs
crazy
belly.
thing. I had the best stream
Just
I
rub
had
your
ever
belly.
had. I averaged 1,000 viewers. The next day, I almost quit because I knew the number that would show up would be smaller, and that ate at me.
That's true.
I lied down in my closet for 4 hours instead of going live that day. This is something that you guys might deal with. Okay, maybe it's impossible.
I've dealt with that before.
Maybe it is just paralyzation. Okay? Here's what I realized. Streaming is an impermanent thing. What you did last stream doesn't fucking matter. You know what people care about is the next stream. And you know what you want people to care about? You. Okay? So if the last stream was shit, who cares? If the last stream was the greatest stream that ever happened, who cares? Stream reviews going great. You know what they're gonna say on Twitter in a month about Kai if he doesn't go live? When's the next stream, Kai? Spark up. We want to see something. What you got for us? They don't care that he put in all this work anymore.
Yeah.
What's next?
Uh-huh.
And so that's what pushed me.
Let's talk about clips going viral and how to like
How to convert them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like speaking
What are
for
you confused
myself.
about it?
But he's
How can you convert?
Ludwig's
like,
right. There is actually a moment when I started like streaming like in my first or second year where I was just like
Again, the way to
I felt
convert
like I
people
was like
to
not
long
going
form
anywhere.
viewers is to be authentically you, and the you that they see in the clip is the you that they get when they watch the stream. If there's a big disparity, if you're acting, crazier, more energetic in the clip, and then in the stream, you're like, all right, Chad, what are we doing? Should we get lunch or something? What's Jason doing? What? That's not. No one's happy. That's nothing, right? That's boring, and they're gonna come and they're gonna see that. But if you're authentically you, maybe you are someone who's really engaged in conversation, really passionate about learning, really passionate about whatever. Okay? Then that's what you have to show people in these clips. All right?
I'm sorry. I gotta. For whatever reason, Kai Snap just randomly appears in people's streams during this whole event, and it's like the funniest thing ever because he'll just like people will be just streaming randomly, and he'll just pop out of nowhere like freaking Batman. It's the funniest thing ever. There's like a whole compilation of that too on like YouTube. I gotta find that and show to people. Although this one is pretty tame because he actually was like walking around, but it's still funny that he just randomly pops up out of nowhere.
The other thing is I would also start streaming with the idea, the content funnel, of getting a YouTube video out of it. Of trying to think of these long form outputs, not just streaming for 4 hours and getting 3 Instagram clips. Who cares? Let's get 3 Instagram clips and a YouTube video. We can do both.
Here, that young man with the braids.
Yeah.
His name is Gio. Yeah, he was passing notes.
Gio, you're passing notes in
If you
class?
want to read it out loud to everybody, you can.
Uh-oh.
You not what I'm on, Mud. Let's slide. Dean Kai, what's that mean? You not what I'm on, Mud. What is it?
Because I wrote that note. This is his note. Oh.
Can
And
you
he
read that
said,
after class?
he wrote that? Okay.
Oh, people
Give
snitching?
me that note right now. Give me that note right now.
Ooh.
Give me that note. You already showed it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Dean Sinats,
Oh.
let's go. Either spit it out or Dean Sinats. You get to pick. All right, give it here.
Oh my goodness. Let's see it. Let's see it.
Crash out Geo. That's 8. It says crash out Geo. What a waste. Damn, my fingers. What's up? Oh, I got some right here. All right, guys, we got a couple more minutes. Any more questions?
Damn, I heard you might be.
For someone around the 200 to 300 viewer range, you think it's better to stream?
Yeah, I agree. That's
hours
nasty.
so, like,
Also, hi, Nix.
Planning, you know what I mean? Like,
For someone in the 200 to 300 viewer range, is it worth it to stream less hours? What do you think?
less hours and plan more, or longer hours and is it better all right, I'm gonna do 8-hour stream, I have one segment and then the rest I'm gonna just abolish? Or do you think I should only stream and then once I have no planned content, end my stream, done?
Are you trying to get rich in short term or long term? Do you want to make?
Thanks for taking your daily
Do
vitamins.
you want thousands more, or do you want to make maybe hundreds of thousands of more over 5 years? Okay, so
It's hot as
then
fuck.
let's
I
think of
agree.
your
I'm not
future,
going
right?
outside. It's too
So
hot.
when you say I do a stream and I plan one segment that's a YouTube video, and then what's the other 6 hours?
Just whatever happens, abolishing.
Okay, you're abolishing. That's
Bunch of
cool.
Baylash.
What's the point of that? You're making more money because you run more ads, you get more subs, but what does that turn into? Nothing. Poof, it's gone. There's not a YouTube video out of it. The VODs maybe not that noteworthy. Like, what is the point of that? You could stream every minute of your life and you'll make more money. And that's the issue with streaming, right? You can always think, oh, I could stream more.
Spec. Hi, Ali.
True.
How you doing?
You could make more money if you went live.
Nice to see all
one
the
more
mods
hour,
showing up.
You make an hour's worth more of money, okay?
Ali, you just missed class.
But if you take the time to ideate, if you take the time to elevate what you are doing on the
It's
stream,
110 right now, and I'm just got back home from the store. Ooh, that's
I
rough.
showed you that graph, all right? of
No,
my
I kid you
stream
not.
that
Like,
made
I think I'm in like the
$5,500,
hundreds right now,
and I told
where I
you
am, and I'm like, I'm not
the
going
other streams
outside.
made the YouTube videos made 25,000. I didn't make that 25 instantly. They had to be edited. They had to be posted. It took time. It also took the time.
Did
to
Lacey
the
just basically
ideas.
just randomly
That made
just
more
like
overall.
grabbed
I
a
would've
Red
made
Bull?
more if instead of streaming 6 hours, I streamed 10 hours.
Freaking Lacey.
And I played more Mecha Chameleon, but that wouldn't have net much, right? It's less efficient. You are not being efficient with your time. Guys, speaking of time, we are at time. All right, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Hey, you're the greatest. That was good. Guys, y'all got homework. I need to see it online. I want to see your stream ideas online. We can't. I appreciate you, dude. Of course. Isabella, stay after still.
Couldn't upload this.
Hey, Ludwig. Keep it up, dude.
Still a good lesson.
Is this for his stream? Hey, you got me in streamer games, right?
Oh, 3 goals.
One more time.
I like them.
Streamer games, right?
This guy right now trying to go like, am I in streamer games? Am I in streamer games? Did you do the homework? Did you do the homework in class? Did you come in on time? No, he's only caring about streamer games at the moment. Clip farming. You can tell who's actually like, you can tell who Ludwig is actually like putting more attention to versus the people that like are there just to like get the clout, you know? I think he did. He did? Oh, nice. But yeah, I think that's the end of that. I think we're at the end of day 2, and we actually did the homework already, which is the 1,000, 10,000, and the 100,000 already. Which again, this was a good lesson. This was a really good lesson. Honestly, like I'm already like, guys, hold on. Let me just turn off the React. This is day 2, by the way, of all my notes of day 2. And here's day 1. This is day 1. And then here's day 2. This is all my notes. Like I'm writing down every single important piece of information that I can from like each course. Hold on, let me put the music back on so we can just like get things back rolling a little bit. Give me a sec. Hold on. Let me get the music back on. There. I'm going to screenshot your notes. Don't be taking my notes. Riku, the VOD's up there. You can go write your own notes. Like, I'm gonna be dead ass with you, Riku. Like, it is better. I think you'll get more out of it if you actually go back and watch the videos and make your own notes. Spec, you should post it for the people that want your notes. I'm not gonna do that. I'm actually not. Dead ass. We can take my notes. I'm gonna report you to the Dean Senat. But yeah, Aoi, I don't want to post my notes. I'll show it here on stream, but I don't want anybody like just to copy my notes because I feel like people will get more out of these if they write their own notes and get their own takeaways from that. Because what I'm learning here is not gonna be the same thing that you guys are learning from Ludwig, in my honest opinion. Because I feel like the notes I write, because like I also saw the same thing too, where people were posting their notes online and people were just like trying to copy it and stuff like that. And it just felt disingenuous because I actually felt like I wasn't learning. Like I think the best way to learn is actually doing and not just like taking someone else's like homework and just trying to utilize that per se. Can I copy your homework? Oh my goodness. Bruh. Everyone here wanted to copy the homework and not do the homework. Man, you guys would all be going to the dean's office if we were all like in Streamer U. I'm not gonna lie. But I think honestly, if anybody actually really wants to get like something out of it and get like the proper like learning aspect of it, it is better to just go back, watch the video, and write your own notes. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think you're gonna get a lot more out of it than just copying my notes. Because you're actually there learning and getting an understanding of it versus just like writing it down over again, you know? I took my notes. Exactly. Like, I think people should just like, I think people who are learning from Ludwig should watch his video first and take the notes. Because I feel like I'm getting more out of it versus like going to Reddit and seeing the list of notes that people have made from these videos. Because I feel like I've gotten something out of it that I genuinely feel like will benefit the content I make. Because I feel like as someone who loves to like teach people art and teach people how to draw, it is better to basically get the experience from just learning on your own and taking notes for yourself rather than trying to copy someone else's homework. Because I actually felt like I learned a lot by writing out my own notes and my own sort of like conclusions from what I got from from Ludwig. Pink Plush Dolly, thank you for the follow. Like, for example, this idea involving the $1 idea. You guys can't copy this. This is my idea. Well, you guys can. I'm just gonna probably do it better than your guys's, maybe. But like for this, I basically came up with this idea on the spot. The $1 idea, which is basically doing a marathon of Metal Gear Solid with all of the games, which I'm probably going to be doing next month. But yeah, like, I wrote a lot of notes today and yesterday for sure. Like, this was yesterday's for day 1. This is day 2. I'm definitely going to be writing a whole list of things that I've learned from today's lesson. I think there's a lot of things that I can take away from Ludwig's that is very helpful. Like, for example, sponsorships. He didn't really go into detail about this, how to get sponsorships. That's something that I don't think anybody can really teach you, because what most people do for sponsorships is they're always looking at the top people that they can get the most eyes on, and then they start going down the list if they can't afford them. It's also a form of networking, which I think I'm going to add on to from what Ludwig has been saying. Like, for example, it's basically about making a relationship with the company or networking with them at like events. That's like going to places like Off-Kai and TwitchCon is a good way to network with some of these guys to see if you can actually like land something. Because even for me, who felt like who was an affiliate, there were cases where I felt like I could be able to have like potential with people. Like, for example, like my situation with Verbo. I basically was able to reach out to Hard Rock, and we were able to get like a deal going. And if I was going to be going next year, I probably would have like reached out to them again and probably do another partnership or something like that as well. And that probably would have led to something. But alas, I'm probably not going to be going to TwitchCon this year. And also Anime Expo. Anime Expo is also a good way to network and try to look for sponsors there as well. But like I said, if you're trying to get sponsorships and sponsorship money, try to get with people that you actually like use the products with, in my personal opinion, because there's been cases where I've done sponsorships for stuff like that were terrible, and the content was just terrible, that will never see the light of day. I'd rather like promote stuff that I legitimately would use or like. Like, for example, like my Uwu Market stuff. Like, I wear my, like the coat that you see on my merch for Uwu Market. I wear that almost like every other day when it's cold, because it's so nice. Totally not plugging my merch or anything like that. But for sponsorships, yeah, that's always like a bit of like a challenge too, because I would say like with sponsorships, try to do your homework on the company that you're trying to apply for. People love it when you do your homework for it. Think of it as like a job application, because you're trying to get a partnership. This is a financial agreement between the contract, because basically you become like a contractor for them that are paying you to promote their product. You have to treat it like a resume, or trying to submit a resume, basically. Yeah, get sponsored by stuff you 100% enjoy. Yeah, you can also sponsor stuff that you can only like maybe like partially enjoy and things like that. But I do say like the best sponsors are the people that are the ones that you really enjoy working with and really use their stuff. Because if you do that, you'll be more engaged with the product on stream, and people will be more engaged with you. That makes them want to buy the product even more, if that makes any sense. Also, thank you for the care package. I am out of water. I just realized. Oh well. And actually, there are a couple sites that you can probably reach out for sponsors. Impact is one of them that I used when I used to be affiliated with Starforge. Yeah, there was a time where I actually was part of Starforge for a little bit. Although I left because of the controversies involving Asmongold. So I decided to just like drop the partnership entirely with them. Well, it was more of an affiliation with Starforge, not partnership. But I had that, and it was through Impact. I will link this site for people if they want to use this. Impact is a good platform that will give you like a database of different types of affiliate and creator and referral programs together in one place. I'm probably going to be utilizing that a little bit more. Is that the Lizard Boy? Is that the Cat Girl? Hi, Pico. Can we get a shout out for Pico? But yeah, it's impact.com, and what they do is they can help you get into with affiliate brands and markets. This is things like Walmart, BuzzFeed, Forbes. They can get you connected with some of these companies that you want to work with as an affiliate or as a partner. And I was able to like get into that through Starforge. So I still have like that. I think I still have that connection there. So I'll probably be using that more so than ever. You have that. I would say like do more research when it comes to sponsors for the most part. And try to figure out like which like the product that you really want to work with. Like, do you want to work with like a computer company, like for example, like Dell or anything like that? Like I have a referral code for Epidemic Sounds where people, if they want to get like music for their stuff, because I use music from Epidemic a lot, and I have a referral code for them. Always research. Always research. Research. When it comes to content creation, especially if you want to try to make money. Like, let's see, affiliate, like say partnership program for content creators. Or affiliate programs for content creators. I'd rather try to get a partnership or a sponsorship, because affiliate programs can be a little bit iffy sometimes, because unless you have like people actively trying to use the product or buy using a referral code, you won't be able to make that money. That's why I kind of don't use Stream Elements and stuff anymore, because a lot of the times you have to like make a threshold, and sometimes you don't make that threshold. You can use Impact, you can use Mavely, you can use Shopify. Shopify actually has a few affiliate programs, surprisingly. There's a TikTok ads affiliate program, which is surprising that a lot of people don't use. There is the Amazon influencer program, which kind of feels like a double standard since we're on Twitch, so we should be like already part of the Amazon influencer program, which is kind of weird, but whatever. It's always, but again, like for the sponsorships, you gotta have to like just do more research on that and have that sort of like network per se. I'm pretty lucky to have a network that sort of like gives me these opportunities. A lot of you don't really have that same sort of network like I do. So stuff like this definitely helps a lot. So I'm just gonna like put a list of these here for you guys to check out, which is there's Impact, Mabley, Amazon. There's even some for like Verizon and things like that too that I've noticed. There were some content creator programs for that. You should look at like things like Amazon or AT&T. Like for example, Ludwig has like a sponsorship with AT&T as well. Like you should definitely look into that. Look into the things that you actually use in your day-to-day lives for the most part. I'm definitely going to be doing stuff like that for myself this year involving sponsors. But yeah. Now, again, like none of the stuff that I'm saying and what Ludwig's saying is technically not gospel per se, because like, again, it really all depends on like what kind of content creator you want to be. Like for me, I'm trying to be a content creator that can be able to make videos and also make shorts, make clips, make TikToks, and also stream. You might be someone who just wants to make videos or just wants to do streams. Sometimes that will be harder or easier for you. We'll have to wait and see. I will say, like not being able to post or making, I honestly think it is still a huge mistake not making videos on YouTube. Personally for me, because when I started streaming, I just went live and just had no plan. And I felt like even to this day, I still feel like that was a big mistake on my part, because I probably would have been better off if I started making YouTube videos before I left college. Because the skill I had, which was animatics and storyboards, could have been used to make those videos at the start. I would have been able to make a bigger following, and I would have been able to go live at the same time, and would have had a bigger number than when I started. I felt like I wasted a lot of time starting out, and there was times where I also felt like I wanted to quit as well, because like a stream didn't do too well, or I just wasn't pushing the numbers, and I was just feeling like I was also like out of the job. I got laid off. I was not making any money. I felt like nothing was working, and then somehow I kept pushing through it with the little bit of willpower I still had left. And I was still able to push through, and then which led to me to making more friendships, connecting with more content creators, learning from them, and learn from your peers too. That's the big thing. Learn from your peers and see what they're using that's working for them. Maybe it can work for you. And started growing from there, and came up with more ideas and more things that I wanted to do for streams, which led to where I am now. Do I want to be better off? Yes. But I'm still happy where I am now. Alrighty. All right. Yeah, actually, like one of the funniest things, the craziest things was like Starforge reached out to me for an affiliate to be part of their affiliate program when I was still like maybe half the amount of viewers and followers than I am now, which was kind of interesting. But I was invited to basically be an affiliate with Starforge for a little bit, and I thought that was pretty cool. But like I said, it was very short-lived until the controversies involving Asmongold came out, and I was like, oh no, I need to dip. Which, if they ever offer it to me again, I may be able to do it, because my contract with them kind of expired, but I didn't really do anything with it because I didn't want to be associated. Who knows? I know Asmongold's not part of that company anymore, but it's just like, man. That's the other thing too, is like content creator based companies can be a little bit, depending on who it is, it can be a little bit harder sometimes if it's content creator focused products. If I want to do sponsorships, I'm probably going to do it with things that I actually use in my day-to-day lives for the most part, I would say. If that makes any sense. But yeah, Actually, Walmart has an affiliate program, surprisingly, which I'm surprised no one has really been picking up on Walmart, despite the fact that a lot of people use Walmart in their everyday life. In fact, I've seen a lot of content creators, especially YouTubers, start using Walmart to push some of their products there too. So that might be an interesting avenue to also look at, is Walmart. So yeah, interesting. So lessons of the day: do your research, find a way to funnel your content from the stream to the video. Try to create like 3 crazy ideas that'll be either $1, $1,000, or $100,000 each day. Although I don't think I could be able to do it every single day. I could probably do it every other day. I can't cheat on Costco like that, man. Wait, really? That's interesting. Yeah, Walmart has an affiliate program for content creators. So I would probably look into something like that. Unfortunately, as well as it's good to keep in mind, many content programs outside the VTubing sphere aren't very VTuber centric. Research important. That's true. Which is why you got to start doing things like videos or video content to sort of get get out of the content VTuber sphere. Like try to get out of that VTuber bubble for a little bit and trying to sort of like gravitate towards other content that isn't like VTuber focus. Like for me, I could be able to do the animatics without it being sort of solely connected to VTubing. And I would probably be able to land at least like a few of these pretty easily because of that. So since VTubing is still a relatively new thing, it will be a lot harder to get sponsorships from that. But yeah, it's always like, it also doesn't hurt to as well, because again, the biggest thing is research and trying to figure things out. But it doesn't hurt to try and go and do basically apply for something that isn't really VTuber centric. Because like, for example, I got asked to be part of Starforge. They don't have a lot of VTubers in Starforge. They asked me. So to be an affiliate. And I was just somebody who was just drawing people on the internet. Now, granted, like it was basically like commission based, but still they literally messaged me, asked me to basically be part of Starforge, which is not a VTuber centric company. It's a streamer centric company, yes, but I'm nowhere like part of that radar with like the content I was making, but they asked me still. So it can happen. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Does Costco have an affiliate program for content creators? I'm very curious now. I'm actually very curious about this. According to Google, the Costco affiliate program lets content creators earn flat fee bounties specifically for referring new memberships. So yeah, there is an affiliate program for content creators. So check that out. It is meant to basically refer people. So it's a referral thing, similar to how I have my referral system for Epidemic. But it is possible. So you should probably look into stuff like that and think outside the box. Because sometimes, like for example, like I know everybody wants that Gamer Subs membership, including myself, or that Gamer Subs partnership. But sometimes you have to try to look outside the box a little bit and do something that's like outside of your bubble. That's a little bit unconventional that you use in your everyday life, because the difference between things like Gamer Subs and Costco is that a lot more people use Costco more so than Gamer Subs. So chances are you could probably get more people to sign up for Costco than sign up for Gamer Subs, you know? And nothing wrong with Gamer Subs. I love Gamer Subs, but you have to think of stuff like that as well in the long term. But yeah, it looks like you can sign up for that. Let me double check and see if there's like a link for this. Let's see, there's Post Affiliate Pro, which is, let's see, on Post Affiliate. I think that's how you do it. I would probably like go the extra mile and probably like go to your local Costco and say like, hey, I'm a content creator. Is there an affiliate program I can like do to promote the products here and things like that, or promote the business of Costco? And they usually will try to link you to like a link that's not normally easily accessible. Like I was able to do the same thing with my contacts for another company at Offkai. But yeah. Honestly, if you get a Costco sponsorship, I had to travel to Costco's in different countries as a video idea. That would be an amazing idea, actually. Max, that is a definitely a either $1,000 idea or a $100,000 idea because you can like fly to every Costco and try different products, which I feel like would be at least like $100,000 because that'd be a really good video. Definitely gonna not steal that in the future. Definitely a big gamble. I would say you could basically pull that off with 100,000. Trying every Costco hot dog. That is already a video. Boom. There you go. All right. So I think that's all of the notes I have and all the homework I have. I'll probably post these notes like in succession at some point, but I don't want people to just like straight up just copy my notes and think this is like the formula or anything like that, because I think at the end of the day, I think people need to just go watch Ludwig's videos and make their own notes and make their own assumptions. That way, because it can help them actually learn much more. Costco trip in Japan. Ooh, a Japan Costco trip would sound awesome. I bet the sushi there would be amazing. I know the sushi at Costco is pretty good, but like Japan Costco sushi, whoo, man. Alrighty, let's see. We got an ad playing. I think we're going to let the ad run for a minute. And then I need to also get food because I have like some food that's waiting for me outside as well. Never had the sushi. I had the sushi, was pretty all right. Then again, like, it's all right for like supermarket sushi standards. The hot dog and pizza stayed the same, but over here in Korea they have I can't pronounce that, which is a scallion pancake. That sounds so good. Man, you guys are making me hungry. Shit. All right, I think we're gonna let the ad play, and then we're gonna probably rate out. But yeah, this was a good session today. I'm really getting invested in this because it's actually making me think about like how do I basically can turn my content that I'm currently into something that's more sustainable per se. Like you can't really think of it as a way of like say, how do I make money off this? How can I be sustainable off of the content that I make? Which is the question. Because as much as I want to do this, do commissions and stuff like that, I want to try to do something that's more sustainable so that I can make more content and be more full-time as a streamer. Let's see. But yeah, what else can I take? What are the other takeaways from this? I mean, Dean Sinat showing up out of nowhere was kind of funny, not gonna lie. And also the passing of the sticky notes, like passing notes in class, like have we not matured? Then again, most of them are streamers. I don't think they've ever matured. Most of them I think haven't matured yet. Because I think like a good chunk of the streamers in that class are around like their 20s. I feel like if there was like at least like a older demographic, like in their 30s, I feel like they would get more out of this. I can definitely tell there's a few people that were like definitely not taking the class seriously. Oh my goodness. There's actually one clip that I always like go back to involving Ludwig with one of his students basically skipping class. and I found this TikTok, this short on multiple occasions. He calls out a student for skipping his classes, which, again, I think. Oh my god, this is not the actual clip. This is like. There we go. This is the one. This is the one. This is the one. Hold on. Let me stop the recording. Stop the music and turn on the. Where'd it go? Hello? There it is. This is what Ludwig does to people that don't really care about the stuff that he's teaching, which is actually very funny. Up. Nope, 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 that's chat. That's chat. Hold on. There we go. All right. Like, this makes sense. This makes sense. Like, watch what Ludwig does for someone that skips his class and doesn't do the homework. Like, doesn't do any of that. It's just there at Streamer University that just clips. That's just there, just the farm clips. Hold on, let me switch over to this really quick. There we go.
Why you skip my class yesterday?
Move out the way! Ooh, yeah. Listen, my problem is, wait, what's my name?
Problem is you're not hungry.
See, how you know I skipped class if you don't even know my name?
I looked through.
And how you know?
I looked through every single person in my class. I took attendance. You didn't show up.
Wait, I can get expelled for that?
You don't get expelled. I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so?
Enjoy.
Nothing, man.
Enjoy life, bro. I got nothing for you.
All right, yeah.
Hey.
That right there is some disrespect to any streamer. And Ludwig basically understood that he did not respect his time, so he's not respecting his. Because here's what he did. He did not call him by name. He did not call him by his handle. He knew who he was based on his class roster. And at the end, he didn't even give him a fist bump. He said he got nothing for him. Because he did not want to give him any clout whatsoever. That is some 4D level chess of disrespect that I am like, okay, I honestly, hats off. This is very much like, honestly, say what you will about Ludwig. That's some mad respect right there. Like, oh my goodness. That is clever. That is, I gotta remember, he's been doing this for 8 years. So he's very clever about this. Like, he knows that any form of like engagement is already going to give him clout anyway. The thing is, he never specified his name of the streamer that decided to skip his class and not do the homework. And even though he was asking like, do you know my name? He was like, no. He's like, I don't care. You didn't come to class. I know who you are, but I'm not giving you the name. He basically told him indirectly that he was not giving him the name. He's not going to say his name because it would just give him clout, because people are going to go like, oh, Ludwig had beef with this person. Let me go look at his channel. He gave him nothing, like absolutely no clout. That is insane. Also, hi, Dear Bits. Oh, man. Also, everybody, this is Dear Bits, one of the lovely people that made some awesome stickers out of me at Offkai. How you doing, Dear Bits? Can we get a shout out? They came out very nice, by the way. Did you know you only had 2 stickers by the end of the day? By the end of the Offkai? I did not know that, actually. That's amazing. That means that sounds like they sold really well, and I'm very happy about that. Although you gave me like, what, 5 stickers as well? But I'm very happy with how that happened. Yeah, Exo sold you. You had 2. Anarchy had 3. Wow. So yeah, it looks like Exo got the most out of us, and I basically beat Anarchy by 1 sticker. That's amazing. I don't know how I feel about being outsold by Anarchy in terms of how many stickers were sold, but that's kind of funny. Oh, sold out, not you. Okay, sold out. Gotcha. That was a typo. But yeah, I was really happy with how those turned out, and like I said, I always respect artists that do art of me, and I will buy merch from you immediately if you make merch of me. The only person who sold more was Vivi. Then again, it's also like Vivi. Like, Vivi is Vivi. That probably makes the most sense. Also, like, I need to give you at least like the artwork for at least like the new design if you ever want to like make merch of me again and want to use the new look. I'm tempted to make some charms into charms. Hell yeah, would love to see that. No, they all looked fantastic, and I'm glad a lot of people enjoyed picking them up. Like I was basically I posted about that, and I think. And I started like sending over friends over to go check out the booth as well a few times. Like I even brought Anarchy. I brought even like Brutal and Chloe over. Oddly enough, I forgot to bring Android and them over at the booth, but it was a fun time. So my thing right, and I don't want to give you off topic, so I can go quick. Oh yeah. No, it's fine. Like I'm fine being off topic right now because I think we're basically going to be wrapping up here soon anyway. And I've already kind of like made my 2 cents about like day 2 of Professor Ludwig's course, which I did do. So I love making stuff for small people. Hell yeah. We need to see more of that because I feel like we can put like more people out in the public that can like get more recognition, because I do think that there are people that really want to get into VTubing and into content creation, but they don't really have like those like means of like getting their name out there. And a lot of times, a lot of people will get those merches out there. I personally see merch as a financial loss, but at the same time, I can be able to gain like a bunch more people just by having the merch out there because it's available. Like having like my standee out at MomoCon, a lot of people were really excited to see that. Like I got so many messages of people saying like, I saw your standee and everything like that. It was so cool. And things like that. Like getting more representation for like underappreciated streamers that are working hard and things like that is always like a good thing in my eyes, honestly. Like you're doing awesome work, dear. Me making like 10 stickers of someone won't break budget because that's one sheet of sticker paper for me. True. Like it doesn't have to be like a big thing. It could be just like small stuff like that. Because it actually makes people more interested in the streamer because they've never seen that streamer before. So they try to like find them. I do think Deerbits, and I think you should probably like have you ever tried this with your booth, like for all of the I can't remember if you did this or not. Did you basically put like a QR code of everybody that you did merch for at the booth? If I remember correctly. No, but that's smart. That would be awesome because people would go like, wait, who is that? And they would pull out the QR code and they'll bring up their page. And I already know how I do it. Hell yeah. Add to the to-do list. Let's go. Was a good time. It was a good time. I do wish really were able to get a chance to talk with Freem, even though I know like Freem is like very busy. But Freem is like super chill. She was just like very busy with somebody else at the moment. Nunchucks would go crazy as merch. We can't do nunchucks, dude. We can't do that. Also, that'd be really expensive. Why specifically nunchucks? Freeman's such a cutie. Hell yeah, we love Freeman in this house. Dude, she was in mid-convo. I do love you for trying, though, man. Now, usually, like, Freema is very talkative, but, like, I guess she was, like, talking with somebody else, which is fine. So, it happens. She was also very busy that day. But no, like, overall, she's super chill. Maybe one day I'll basically drag everybody in for, like, a big event or something like that. That way people get to know each other. I mean, if you had a 3D printer, it wouldn't be expensive. Well, the thing is, I don't. How was your day? My day is pretty good. I finished day 2 of Professor Ludwig's course. So yeah. I avoided Freem on the last day because she was going to beat my ass because I bought her and her team food from Sakura. Honestly, I feel like you probably brighten their days a little bit because bringing food to them, they definitely deserve it for all the hard work they've been doing at that booth. I have resin and filament ones. Crazy. Potluck on the roof of our hotel? Dude, that would go hard. If you bring in AA person food or coffee or something to eat or drink, we will love you. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, I've made so many friends with my chicken katsu because of that. That's pure facts. Bring them food. They're going to love you. Bring a VTuber food. They're going to fall. They're basically going to love you forever. I'm not even joking. That's what happened. That's how I met most people, was because of my cooking. And just bringing food in general. I literally trade free stickers for a yellow tropical Red Bull. Oh my goodness. You're not doing San Japan, right? Actually, I am doing San Japan. I'm going to be there. That's my only other con that I'm going to be going to. Guess I'll see you there again. Oh, you're going to San Japan? Nice, nice. I'm like a pet. Feed me and I will love you. Oh. Good thing I have a working kitchen in my hotel. Because that's what's going to be happening. San Antonio's my hometown. I'm legally required to go. Nice. Very nice. Yeah, I gotta go because I've been there multiple times ever since I moved, so I gotta go again. But yeah, I have a booth there, so if you want more stickers, just let me know and I can make you some to hand out. Oh, please. I can, in fact, I'll probably later tonight, I will send you the artwork of my new model design. And also like the PNG of my, and at least like a screenshot of my model being worked on. That way you can see what we're dealing with. And Sam told me about the hotel, and I guess I'm adding chef to my list of duties at Offkai next year. Yeah. Yeah, I basically booked a hotel for next year for Offkai. I have a it'll be nice and close to the convention center as well, so I can be able to walk to it. That means I can actually go drink this time and not have to worry about driving. So that's the nice thing. And then I can also do cooking because it has a working kitchen inside the, like a little kitchenette that I can like cook stuff. At the way to see if I can get a AA booth, or otherwise it's not worth it. Gotcha, gotcha. Hell yeah, Haberdasher Part 2, baby. I need to go to Haberdasher and try one of their drinks once I get this place, because I can actually just walk to it for the next hotel. Random question, boss man, what's up? Actually, let's switch to just chatting because we're basically done here. Okay. So what's up? All right, let me just take off my glasses really quick. Do I have a favorite dessert? Okay, so I do love French vanilla ice cream. That is my favorite dessert. But I always like to put random candies in it as well. But I also like a vanilla Oreo milkshake as well as my dessert. Let's see. I guess I missed part 2. Oof, yeah. I think he missed part 1. I know Texas wise, I'm want to do WeebCon possibly. Last year was an absolute shit show, so yeah. I've heard interesting things about WeebCon, the con itself, from friends. So I'm actually not 100% sure if I'm going to be going next year or anything like that. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. And almost bankrupted me. Yikes. But I've heard like a few horror stories from friends about WeebCon, so I have no idea. Hope I'm bringing more Korean hangover jelly and more whiskey. Ooh, nice. Yeah, they moved my booth last second and made $0. And I made $0 on a Friday, which is insane. That is messed up, dear. That is really messed up. The fact that they had to move your booth like last minute too is really messed up. Because you lost that traffic, basically. It wasn't even that you moved? Really? Was it? It's that they put me between 3D printed slot booths and 2 Pokemon card sellers. That is even terrible. That's terrible. That's a terrible spot for your stuff. That makes so much sense. Yikes. They put you in a place where you won't be able to sell. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you. After what I heard also involving like certain friends with WeebCon, I'm not like really sure if I really want to. I'm not really enthusiastic about going moving forward. Yeah, exactly. Like, why would they move you when you literally paid for the spots? That makes 0 sense. They never told you. I feel like that's a breach in their contract with your agreement because you basically didn't get what you agreed upon and still had to pay money for it. Like, I'm going to be honest, I probably would lawyer up if that was the case. Spots are assigned randomly. Even so, you still paid for it. That was not the worst part of the weekend. Oh, there's more? Yeah, like, I'm already convinced not going to WeebCon is a good idea. At this point, dear, I think anything worse will just cement me not wanting to go. That night, my car got towed because Dallas has really predatory towing companies. That is insane. That is not okay. San Japan is all right. My only problem with San Japan is the fact that like I think they're very much like it's very hard to get meet and greets going because you kind of have to like know somebody that's either a company at there that is sponsoring them or already has a booth there. But even with people who have booths, they can't really do meet and greets despite having big open spaces. So I slept at the impound, then had to open my booth. That is insane. Yeah, that makes me really not want to go to WeebCon after hearing that. Like, I was already considering not going. Now this just cements me not wanting to go at all. Let me add, I'll say there's more. I like WeebCon. Okay. No, this is me, devil's advocate. Okay. I don't know. I just like, it's not just yours. It's also like the stories I've been hearing from other people that's making me really not convinced that I should probably go. If you got a room at the Gaylord, I'd say it's fine. I guess, but like still. I mean, the Gaylord Hotel is pretty good. It's a very nice hotel. It's a big hotel, big resort. But I don't think it's worth it. from what I've been hearing. So I don't know. I'll probably play it by ear for certain people going. I think the only people I probably would have wanted to see if I would go to WeebCon is probably I would have loved to basically meet up with Mega and a few others, like Mega and Angel. But that's it, basically. I've been there as attendee and as an Artist Alley booth. I liked as an attendee, and this was the first time back in the hotel because they had a convention center, and the time before that, I would say you only have time for one more con. MomoCon might be a good choice. That's the thing too. I do want to go to MomoCon. I heard MomoCon was fun. Like I heard most people had a blast at MomoCon. The problem with MomoCon next year is that it's literally a month before Offkai, which kind of sucks because there's not a lot of breathing room for me to recoup my funds between the two. So I'm kind of stuck between MomoCon or Offkai. I rather choose Offkai because I feel like that's the more, even though MomoCon is starting to build up more with VTubers, I feel like Offkai I still would get more out of it as a VTuber. I got to see Cal because he lives up there. Nice. Yeah, if you need to pick, do Offkai. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm kind of going for because I would love to go back to Atlanta because I know I've been to Atlanta once with friends and it was a really cool town. But I don't think I would probably not while Offkai is next month. If it was maybe 3 or 4 months apart, I could be able to pull it off, but it's way too close to each other. I can only do one. I will never drive to Atlanta again, I will say. True, fair. Alrighty. Let's see. We are wrapping up here tonight. I definitely need to go get some foodies in my system because I am starving. All I had today was one waffle. One singular waffle, chat. But I should be back tomorrow. I'm probably going to be starting a little bit late tomorrow because I have to take a family member to the airport at 2. So I'm probably going to be starting around 4 or 5-ish instead. I don't think I'm going to be able to get through all of the Ludwig stuff on Thursday because I have another collab with the boys involving Halo. So we're probably going to be we're probably not going to do day 3 tomorrow then because of the collab. But we will be getting a fun little video or fun little stream out of it though. Legendary Run's going to be fun. It's going to be amazing. Also, ever since I mentioned that Costco idea, I started researching on the eligibility of sponsorships people on base to utilize the hotel. True. Yes. All right. Let's see. Who's currently live right now that I can go mess with? Are you going to be playing Gears E-Day when it comes out? I don't play Gears of War. I have not played a single Gears of War game. Let's see here. Who is live right now that I can go throw you guys at really quick? I know Anarchy's live, but I already raided into her literally just yesterday. Well, Dima's live. We haven't raided into Dima in a hot minute. I did raid Midnight. Actually, wait, hold up. Phoenix is live. Let's go raid in the Phoenix. He's currently doing a he's playing Mecha Chameleon with Andy, Kay, Josu, and Rora. Interesting. Yeah, he's live right now. Let's go and say hi to the boys over there. They're having a little bit of a fun time. But yeah, I need to get some food in my system. All right. All right, everybody. We're gonna be right into them. I should be back tomorrow though, around 5-ish. hopefully, because I do have to do a bit of a drive tomorrow. But don't worry, there will be a stream tomorrow. There will be a collab, but I don't think I'm going to be continuing the Ludwig course until Friday. We'll probably continue that on Friday since I got to do this collab. But don't worry, we'll still be staying in the course. Let's get this going. You guys know the message. Top one is for subs, bottom one is for followers. You guys know the drill. We're gonna go right into Phoenix, and Phoenix is a cool dude. I saw that dude at Offkai a few times. Freaking goober. All right, everybody. I also need to take some cough drops because I'm coughing up a storm, and I'm trying to like not mess up my throat from talking so much. Alrighty. I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember to stay safe, stay healthy. Say hi to Phoenix and Kay for me. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Have a good evening. Not the delayed con crud. It's the post con crud that's messing me up. But yeah, have a good night, guys. I'm gonna go eat some food and nap. Bye. Oh.